that be with Ibrahim?
No.
I ain't thinking about saying what.
So you used to hang with Cal.
Oh, I know Big Cal.
So Cal's son is by Tex's now wife. Cal's older, I think is one of his oldest children.
How could Cal's son be born from another man's penis?
I said Cal's son is by Tex's now wife. Same woman they're with.
How is it Cal's son then?
Cal was with her
First.
So they have two different children by the same woman.
It's
No. Cal's son's mom is Tex's wife.
Okay, so he now is the stepdad to Cal's son.
But I'm trying to make the correlation because I'm pretty sure you met Tex.
Mm-hmm. I only met maybe 3 of Cal's kids.
No, not Tex is not Cal's kid.
I don't, but that's what I'm saying. Like, and anytime I met him, it was at Cal's house. So
I'm just saying.
I only met 3.
Because also,
how many are we talking about?
Cal got some kids.
Future?
Future got another one.
He dropped another one?
He dropped another one.
So crazy. But you expect that quarantine? Come on, man. You know a baby was coming out.
Another one?
It already came out?
Yeah, it's out. It's been confirmed. They did a DNA test. Yeah, they did a DNA test.
I think every time he drops a kid, he drops an album. Because he's got an album coming out.
Bomb.
Yeah, he has to. He got to support them.
That's super irresponsible.
8, my nigga.
Super
He is
irresponsible.
100% irresponsible.
He's got like 8 albums.
The child support, I can't imagine what he's paying in child support.
But you don't make that much off albums.
Nah, I don't think
That's
he's hurting.
what I'm saying.
I don't think he's hurting on money at
No,
all.
he's definitely not hurting on
Why
money.
not?
Nah.
Why not?
You know what I think? I don't even think these women are bringing him in for child support.
How much was Khalees taken from Nas? Wasn't it like...
It's different.
They had a marriage.
Why is it different?
They had a
$50,000
marriage.
day. Yeah, they were married.
You know what I mean? There's a true emotion around. Yo, if
I
you're
feel like
number
Future.
8,
I feel like Future feels like you know who I am.
you're number 8.
You know what I do.
You know what it is.
You know what I
Like, take this baby. You're okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Just shut up.
You know,
You're
I'm not
okay.
counting his pockets.
Basically,
I don't
yeah.
know what he's got, but I'm just saying that's 8 kids. Child support is expensive.
I think the judge is blaming the females now.
At some point, you got to take responsibility for your vagina.
Come on, dog.
Right? You know he has 7 other kids.
You know.
You know it.
This is your fault. Pay him.
I would love.
Pay him.
I've never had child support issues, but I would love to see that.
Wait, so is this Lori Harvey?
For all,
No. It's not even Lori Harvey.
So she's.
She's
So how do you deal with that? You just, hey, babe, look, I got something to tell you. Like 2 days before
And
we started.
Lori
Baby,
Harvey's
just
like,
born?
I know what you do.
Yes, I think so. I think so.
Oh, shit.
Because for all my guys that go through child support issues, I would love to see that scenario play out in court and for all of them to get to watch that on TV.
Yeah. Like, come on, man. You know.
You know he has 7 others.
The bitches need to put a petition together. That's what they need to do. Like, yo, fuck it. You know, we want him to open up a private school for just his kids. Like,
He's about to have a whole NBA team.
this is about to put a bunny ranch. You're about to put a baby ranch together. Like, what is he doing? At what point do you just like, yo,
It's
I'm
like,
gonna
I
go
got
get a
5 and 3
vasectomy?
subs. What's up?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm never putting on a condom again. I get it, Future. There is a difference in the feel. It's true. He's never gonna put one on again. But bro, vasectomy? You can bust off all you want now.
I don't know, man. Maybe he's having fun having these kids. You saw, I saw a tweet that had him tweet Happy Mother's Day to all of his baby mamas on Mother's Day. Did you see that?
Like, what do you mean? Like,
was it just the one?
No,
That's
he
what I'm saying. Was it
naming
like
them out. He was like, it was 8 different types of tweets.
Hey.
It was 8 different tweets, and he just fired them out. And he named them out. Hey, shorty, the way that you held me down when little man was 2 and had fever.
Why you pay
Thank
homage?
No.
Paid homage.
Wait. Let me ask. Why couldn't he just have texted him? Why did he have to go on social media?
that's for them.
Because he's Future.
Yeah, that's for them. Shout me. You want the child support? You want to go to court? Put my name on it. That's why I had your baby.
The
For-
judge is
for
looking at
Future
these
fame.
set of tweets and being like, it's on social media. This is you.
Yeah, no, you send that for sure. Just comment. I have the ability to send a text. You know, Megatron, give your mom a Mother's Day gift.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that. That's fine. I don't fucking mind. But Future, the reason why I got pregnant is for this fame. So please shout me out on Twitter.
Nah. I'm Future. I'm not shouting you off of fame. I'm sending you. If I really want to send you that text, I mean that message, I'm sending the text.
And then she sends back
Then we're going
child
to court.
support payments.
You're gonna get it anyways. But that's the reason why she had the kid
Obviously
anyways.
hasn't.
He said, "I say real shit to my homies and I lie to my bitch" on a song with Drake. He's sending these tweets.
Okay,
He's sending these tweets.
He knows who he is.
That's fine.
There is nothing about a Future album or current family dynamic. As a woman, I would think that's a guy I want to have a baby with.
I don't see it.
I don't know what you're
He's
doing.
irresistible. You haven't been there, Future.
His
You
shit's
haven't-
fire.
You haven't
Don't
been
get-
there, Future.
He's like the Prince
You
shit
don't
with
know.
the aura. With the aura. He's like-
Is he the new
No,
Rick
no.
James?
Yeah.
Future's like, I'm Rick James, bitch.
Right.
Yeah.
No, he's
Shout
out
out to him. Kudos to him.
Future.
I have one son. I'm stressed the fuck out with this home quarantining. How does he have the time for 8? We already know one is good.
Yeah.
Russell.
Yeah,
Ciara.
Russell got that one.
You know what I mean? Like, all right, so he probably fights for more time for that baby just out of some spite shit. Like, hey, let me see my son, let him know who his real father is, type shit. But then there's 7 others. How do you have time? You still got to go on tour. You still got to write. You still got to run your company.
Fam, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not crazy, though. There's plenty of African.
No. It's
Societies
not.
that-
I think it's like David said. I think it's more crazy for. Well, no, because I can see why the women would do it as well. He got money. He's
Yep.
famous, so I could see why they would try to.
There's security in it.
Whatever.
Isn't Boo like one of like 75? I think.
Who?
Boo. Nene Boo.
Is he?
Nah,
Yeah,
I think he's he's like 3, 4.
Nah.
He got more than that.
From like his grandfather has like 20 kids. He might be 3 from his mom, but his mom is like 1 of 20.
Jesus.
You can have as many wives as you can afford.
No, my father's one of.
Yeah. My mom's one of 12.
That's my mom. I mean, my mom. That's my father.
Yeah.
My father's one of 13.
My grandfather was out there. He had 3 with
Who?
one. Yeah, he was
My
out there.
father.
He had 27.
I'm not 1 of 17. I am 1 of 17.
27.
You?
You are 1 of 17.
Jesus.
You. Yeah.
This
Jesus.
is my biological father.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Was it recorded? Wow.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Jesus.
Happy Mother's Day. We're back. I'm so
Yo,
excited to be here.
I am so excited to see you guys
I'm so
again.
excited to be violating
Hi, guys.
social quarantine rules. No, we're not. No,
We're
we're
not
not.
violating.
No, 5. We're less than 5. Less than 5.
Within the constraints.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Windows are
Hi,
open.
guys.
Windows are open. Everything has been wiped
Ventilation.
down.
Yep.
It smelled clean in here.
Diffuser is
Smells
on.
super clean in here.
So,
The
super clean.
diffuser's on. Yeah, I like the
We got
diffuser.
alcohol burning the.
Yeah.
Getting the insides warmer.
Yeah.
Just,
Yep,
you know,
yep.
again, responsible.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Responsible.
Absolutely.
Hi, guys.
What up, man?
Hi, guys.
What up?
Yeah, what episode is this?
93.
This is episode 90. Yes, bub.
93.
It should be
No,
90.
93.
It really should be 90 because the other 3 was. I hated those Zoom pod. Even though they were good, I didn't like them. But
They were fillers?
93. Yeah.
They were fillers.
But I named them as episodes, so they're episodes.
I like
Okay.
it. I like it.
right.
I like it.
Can we like maybe asterisk them, call them like a miniseries? The Zoom miniseries. When we put the box set together, that's just like the added shit on the side.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll
It's
cut a
enough.
few clips from it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, cool. They're episodes. Hi, Bob. How was your weekend? Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Again.
Happy birthday again.
Again, bub.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
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 It was good.
Me and Bubba sharing a birthday month right now. He's he's at almost the twilight of the end of his birthday month, but today is actually 30 days before my birthday.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be outside by that point in time.
No. You'll be outside.
You'll be saying happy birthday from the street.
I'll be right here. Drive by, honk the horn. But Bub, how's the birthday, man?
Man, Wednesday was good. Got the pod on Wednesday. But got to get out, see some family. Gifts, bottles, a lot of bottles.
This guy's had bottles for days.
There were a lot of bottles. There were a lot of bottles you were showing us on the video.
Before
That
that,
was just that day.
that was just that day. Before that day, he's had bottles
Quarantine
He was a
has
liquor
its
store.
advantages.
Yeah.
He's been a liquor store for a very long time.
Alex, what are you trying to do?
Bubs the bootlegger. Bubs the bootlegger.
Send the
It's
addy.
40. It's 40. It's 40. That's why it's 40.
Thursday,
Non-violence coordinator.
man, Thursday.
Director of
So
non-violence.
Thursday and Friday was unexpected. Well, Thursday and Friday was unexpected. Skino and Ev came through, sat on the porch, had some beverages, got a little chili, brought it inside. Cinco shows up.
Shout out to Cinco.
Shows up with
Already
another
like
bottle.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
4. Maybe Bubs should be a little further away.
Cinco come over. He brings a bottle, a fifth, a Henny, and a case of beer, 18. So I'm like, oh,
One of them ones.
he's going to be here for a while. Fast forward, 5 a.m.
Yo, were y'all watching the 2K ESPN
Who was
battles?
watching shit?
Oh.
Drunk.
Y'all were having a podcast.
Basically, you could have recorded it. 5 a.m. I wake up at 9 to another text. What you doing? From Cinco.
Yo, he is a different.
We gonna do the same shit we did last night again tonight, nigga.
But then I get the call from somebody else. Shout out to Phil. Fuck you doing, nigga?
Oh boy,
Send the Addy.
this is Friday.
He shows up Friday around 2. Maybe 3. It's early.
Your poor home, bro.
Bamboo in Bel Air. Like, all right, cool.
What's Bel Air?
That's the Rick Ross joint,
Champagne.
black with the purple
All right.
lettering. Yeah,
It's not a good mix, though.
Doesn't sound it.
not at
No,
all.
Philly doesn't mix anything well. Nothing. Just drink it.
I-
He put it in 1 cup. I had 2, actually.
oh God, I almost threw up thinking about that. What? Yo, I really almost regurgitated.
What?
You said you put both in 1 cup?
He did.
Yeah, well, he's a different dude, though.
Rum and
Phil's a
what's
different
that,
dude.
like
Champagne.
a Prosecco champagne
yeah,
type
Champagne.
shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Where we going?
Ev shows up. All of a sudden, Cinco's back.
All over again.
So, and now we're on Bel Air and
No,
Bamboo.
Juan Remy.
No, that's not really like a consolation. That still take you somewhere too.
Remy and no, so
Because
Phil,
you're done with the Bel Air and the bamboo.
so I forget. Philly leaves. He leaves, goes to the liquor store, comes back with 1,800.
Fam, this is
And
3
beer.
different types of liquor.
Yeah.
4 now.
So that's one.
You
That's
forgot the beer.
round
I
one.
don't know how you're alive right now.
Round one.
I haven't heard water since Wednesday. I haven't heard water since Wednesday.
This is what I did, right? But so round 1 was the Bamboo Bel Air. Round 2 was the 1,800, which I didn't touch. I don't think. And then case of beer. Round 3 is Lottie showing up, I believe, with a bottle of Remy. Or maybe did I pull that bottle of Remy? I don't know. I started drinking water. Because I was like, I'm stumbling. In my
I'm still
own
trying to
house.
figure out what time it is.
I don't know.
Right.
At
Vegas.
time,
It's exactly
They
what happened
took
on
all the
Lamar
clocks
Odom.
out.
the thing for me, I'm
All the
home.
clocks out.
No, for me, I'm home. I don't care. What
You're
time
right.
it is.
But so is everybody else though with you, right?
They're at my house.
no. I mean like your family.
Yeah, like,
Oh yeah, upstairs. Sean,
That's why I said your poor home.
Sean comes downstairs. He's going to work at 4. It's like, Dad, my car's blocked in. And
damn.
so I know Sean got to look like, okay, I see what's going on here.
Okay,
But somebody needs to move my car.
I can't drive. I've been drinking. I'm drunk, nigga.
I got you blocked in.
That's one of them.
Got like 3 keys thrown at him.
Phil's man unblocks the car. He comes back home from work at 9 o'clock. More people.
I can't get my car in the spot.
He literally said, I think I should make a phone call.
Yes,
I'm a
snitch. Yes,
I'm snitching.
yes. I'm with it. I'm with the shits. Snitch. Right there. They're breaking quarantine.
I don't know what time
Repertoire
everybody left my
with
house on Friday. But Saturday morning, Saturday I was done. I got another text like, yo, we're about to come through. And I was telling Reem before the podcast. Alex is in that group chat. We ain't gonna make it. I was like,
Praying.
yes.
Praying.
I'm going to bed.
He was faking, dog. He's like, oh, word, y'all are? word.
I was really like, bet, I'm here.
Okay.
Oh man.
When the text came back, ain't gonna make it. I was like,
Yo, that's how you bring it 40, huh?
oh.
Quarantine 40.
Quarantine 40.
I like it.
And I'm glad they reneged on Saturday because then it made you a more responsible dude on Mother's Day.
Yeah, Mother's Day, got up early, cooked.
Right. Made up for the Thursday, Friday.
I delivered food. The good thing is I couldn't get in trouble because I was home.
Right.
You know?
Had
I been at somebody else's house?
How's your immune system been since then, dog?
How much orange juice have you been taking?
You been taking any vitamins?
There was a lot of people lowering your immune system down, dog. How you been?
Sunday I was still.
We at risk?
Oh, that chair's getting special attention.
I'm good.
I'm gonna need to find a vitamin C drip or something like this.
I'm good.
We are
Happy
back.
40, Happy 40.
Happy 40.
Happy 40,
Thank you.
man.
Word.
Thank you.
It's good to be back, guys.
It's
I
fucking
miss
great
you
to be
guys.
back.
It was good. This is
Oh,
good.
it's so great to be back.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. Even just putting the headphones on,
Yeah, man.
hearing it in the headphones again versus that
Yeah.
Zoom listen. Like, y'all were this big for the last 3 weeks, bro. Because I'm
Love to
looking
use your phone.
on my phone
Yeah.
with it. So y'all are just, I'm like, fuck Dave looking at like squeezing into the fucking
Can
phone.
they
and
see?
shit. Yeah, stupid. Yeah, this is a good feeling again. Woo.
Yeah, man. I was thinking about how to do this, man. It's been 20 years for this album, and I don't know if I want to do it today or next week.
What the hell are you talking about?
We're going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Yes.
20 years.
Sounded like cannabis.
Still applies. Does it still apply?
It still applies.
Alex unplugged my
Does
mic.
any of that? He did
As soon as I
unplug it.
Yeah, I can't hear above in the headphones at all.
He 100%
Let me hear
unplugged it.
This is,
Yo.
yo, just cut on
No,
Dead
my bad.
Yeah,
Prez.
you
We
did
don't
that.
need to-
You did that on purpose.
No, my bad. No, it was an
Yeah,
accident. It was an
that
accident. It was an
You
accident.
did it on purpose, man. It's fucked up.
20 years.
So Gina Raimondo opened up the state, right, and said people
With
go
that?
outside. No.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
Didn't you go outside? You went outside, didn't you?
When?
Said Saturday.
What about it?
Look at the color that he has.
You threw a Molotov cocktail somewhere, didn't you? Molotov cocktail. Do a cocktail somewhere.
Guys, I put that album on so we can celebrate 20 years of Dead Prez. Let's
Yes.
get free.
Yes.
I'm not mad at it. And for those who,
No, so I
I'm
like
mad
that
loud.
press. I like that press.
Huh?
You sure?
What?
My headphones, I feel like I'm screaming at myself.
Nah, I like that press.
I don't have a problem with it.
Me
But,
either.
Yeah,
but
I
was
think,
listening to Dead Prez. I was like HNIC.
Oh, yeah, that was a good.
That was a great album.
It's a great album.
That was a great
It's
album.
a better
too.
album.
That was a great
That
album.
wave. I
That
want to
was
say
a better
better
album.
right now, but just that.
I don't
the
understand
wave,
how. What?
the wave I was on. I wasn't about all this.
I wasn't community leader then.
Exactly. I wasn't about to community
I
shit.
wasn't the community leader then.
Community just shot me.
You can't, like you can't listen to that and feel that.
All right, I'll go back and listen to it.
No. But I'm saying right, like before, like when it first came out.
No.
Let me ask
Why
you a
not?
question. How
Yes.
many times do you listen to Dr. Martin Luther King's "I Have a Speech Dream"? I have a dream speech.
Every fucking Martin Luther King Day.
Wow, once a year.
All right, once a year. It's about how many times I go
Do
back
you listen
and
to those
Dead
speeches?
Prez album.
No, I don't.
Oh, he's one of the greatest.
Did he what?
Do you know I Have a Dream was added in late?
No, I didn't know that either.
Okay.
He's not black though. It's not.
He's not black.
He's not required to know this.
I would have if
Cesar Chavez though.
Wait a minute. Cesar gave me the choice.
Cesar Chavez.
Oye, yo sabe. Yo entiendo.
All we know is Spanish history shit.
That's what you're talking about, man.
Yeah.
Now.
It's not required.
But nah, that. You know what? That's good trivia to know that May 2000 was when Dead Prez dropped their first album.
Good hip hop trivia.
And I cannot wait to be in the cellos in North Attleboro, and that question pops up.
Well, that's why that Supreme thing hurt me so much. I was like, damn, did they sell out? Did they do it?
Everybody got to get paid, bro.
See, that's I've been going back and forth about this spook by the door theory that you guys keep hitting me with. I've been going back and forth with it.
Got to beat the system from within the system.
Is that how you do it?
I don't know, but I got paid.
You're right. You're right.
The album came out 20 years ago. My kids is hungry today.
You're right. You're right.
And they got Supreme shit too.
Times have changed.
Well, that makes me think that did they see something? Like it was like, all right, well, we put all this energy into free the people, and then nothing comes of it. So it's like, all right, so what do we do next?
No. Nope. I don't think that happened at all.
What do you mean nothing came of it?
I think look at us. Was fucking celebrating the Prez for 20 years.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
me and you. These guys weren't even feeling it.
Yeah,
Well, they weren't there at the time. They were listening to Jay-Z and HNIC. Which are still
I was down,
dope. But
baby.
I think what happened. I think. Yeah.
How was that?
I think they were just. I think it was what Reem said. I think they. You get to a certain point where you realize either you can get out. There's no way of beating the system, right? So you either get out of it and you can sustain yourself that way, or you rise within the system and try to catapult people out.
Become Jay.
Why do you think people become
Diddy.
Why do you think?
Because you're not going to
Become
get out.
Kevin Hart.
You can't get out. So catapult yourself up to a higher extent where you can hopefully get people out.
Should people of color not be in political seats then?
That's a good question.
You'd have to be if you wanted any form of reform.
Yeah. So you beat the system within, or you make change within.
How much change has happened since that album? Everything that they talk about on the album still relates to today.
What are you talking about? We got Jordan's a billionaire. Jay's a billionaire.
Who does that help?
Black people.
How?
One, black president. Let's not forget Obama. You went from Dead Prez to Black Prez.
Diddy and Hove was part of that movement. Rock the vote.
You know what I mean? So it's just, you say how we changed, but there's been an evolution as far as our popularity. I think it's probably the greatest asset or commodity that we have right now. It's pop more than power, right? We have popularity more than we have power. But people are using that popularity to establish power.
We also can't make the mistake that money doesn't equivalent to power either. In this country, at least, it
absolutely does. Well, in every country, most.
And I would debate that what has changed, and I know what you mean by that. But if I was to chip at that, I would debate that what has changed is you have one of the biggest rappers in the world, Jay-Z, who has verbally commended Dead Prez, and has, knowing Jay-Z's history, and this is just my personal opinion, probably took something from that because they were successful with hip hop. Yep.
I think the line
they were successful with that, and they were able to bring people's ear with that, and then they release shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Jay-Z does that shit nowadays.
I think
where he drops gems about shit that they were talking about.
I think the bar about rhyming like common sense. I did 5 mil. I ain't been rhyming like common sense. I think he just used common, but I think he's talking about people like Dead Prez. Like I want to rap consciously, but
you gotta get paid first.
I think that's what happened. I think they saw that Jay-Z verse come true to life in their life, and they were like, "Holy shit, Supreme's right here. Maybe that gives me some sort of leverage financially to be able to spread the message.
And then he said, I'm overcharging. And he also went back, I'm overcharging niggas for what they did to the Cold Crush. Right? And so that's why he started Tidal.
Do you think that fear has been instilled into us because of what we've seen from the past? Your Martins, your Black Panthers.
Absolutely. I think the assassination of those
your Malcolm
individuals
X's.
is to show if those assassinations are coming from the government, if you get to this level, this is what's going to happen to you.
So you go the opposite route.
I don't think that we have that.
Go the
I don't think we have that anymore. I don't think we have that anymore.
What do you call that in football?
No.
When you
I think
do
the world is
something
too visible right now.
audible?
No, is it?
Inaudible is when you change.
Because we do have a topic about somebody who just got killed.
Right.
I don't. The world is visible, but there's still police brutality.
There's still modern day slavery.
Yeah.
But
I think things have changed, though. I'm not going to say things haven't changed.
Wait, we're referring to Ahmaud Arbery?
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Oh, all right.
We're leaving that.
All right. So the visibility again. Now, so, but how could you assassinate a Jay-Z? How could you?
We just witnessed.
Right now, I don't think assassination is a thing.
Well, that's a lie.
There used to be a point where you couldn't ascend to a certain level of power.
Epstein. We just witnessed Epstein get killed, and nobody said
That's
a
a
word.
pedophile.
Do we care?
That's a sex trafficker.
Do we care?
Nobody cares.
Why doesn't
Only his
anybody
victims.
care?
Only his victims.
I'm not saying.
But
A
what
sex
I say
trafficker
we,
dying
when I say we-
doesn't move me at all.
why not? If his ties of traffic were political ties that run the world.
Because of Michael Flynn
What
right
if
now.
he wasn't doing anything to these people, but he was just trafficking to people that are now ruling the world?
This is 100% true, right? And then two things could have happened. One, could have got assassinated in jail like he did. Or two, he could be Michael Flynn, where the Department of Justice is dropping all of the charges for a nigga that pled guilty on 2 counts because of his political ties.
Right.
I'd rather him be dead.
No, but that's fine. That's fine that you rather him be dead. But why don't people care?
Oh, you want truth?
No. Why don't people care that there's a guy out there that had a business that employed or that serviced the rich and the famous and the politically involved that basically from a financial perspective rule the world? Why doesn't anybody care that that's not being investigated? Or that a guy like that exists?
So,
if one guy like that exists, that's not the only guy that exists.
I don't think I can actually speak for all people of color, but he's white.
So
God damn it, man.
That
pisses me off a little bit.
I think it might have been important to some women of color.
but I think it's really that simple to certain people. Right?
So
they probably don't know. Certain people probably don't even know all the background stuff, right? A lot of people look at things as black and white.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby, Epstein. Like they're not looking at it as there's some background stuff that we don't know about. It's like you did this to this black guy, but why didn't this white guy get it? And then he dies. It's like, okay, whatever.
I think the same thing happened with Dahmer, right? Jeffrey Dahmer out here eating niggas. Goes to jail for a week, they murder him in jail. Nobody talks about Dahmer anymore.
Yeah, but
he was eating people. You got rid of the eater. You haven't got rid of the sex against these teenage boys
but
and girls.
I haven't got rid of serial killers.
Basically, all you did was cut the head off the snake.
You got rid of one. But
So
you got rid of the
Epstein-
source, right?
Epstein was the plug, right? For the sex trafficking.
For what could be allowed.
Epstein was a plug.
A plug.
Yep.
He goes to court.
Mm-hmm.
He either gets found guilty and he starts to reveal this massive web of sexual, deviance amongst all these political powers, which I don't ever believe would have happened. I think that if he would have stayed alive, he had 2 options. It was either you're going to get murdered in here or you're going to go to court. And when you go to court, you're going to fall on the sword.
So then why is he dead?
Because he said, if I go to court, I'm telling.
There you go.
It's bigger than Nino Brown.
It's bigger than Nino Brown. I'm telling.
So if they can get rid of a Epstein, why do you think that they can't get rid of a Jay-Z? And I'm not.
Who the fuck wanted to have it?
No.
Who the fuck is Epstein now? No, really. Think about his global influence on the world. Who is he? He's like self-made millionaire, sex trafficker, Wall Street industry, nobody.
And I think we're comparing to
That nigga didn't make Reasonable Doubt.
2 different people.
He didn't make Streets is Watching. He didn't make niggas put on a button up. You know what I'm saying? He's not married to Beyonce.
You're saying that he's not influential.
He's not popular enough. So
we should care about popular?
No, not that we should care. We just do.
Right.
I'm not saying we should, but because he is a nobody and he did some heinous shit.
And no, I don't want Jay-Z to get killed.
Fuck no.
Jesus.
No, one of these guys said it.
No, not me.
I said it. Guy said
The
it.
comparison, he's like, if they killed Epstein, what makes you think they won't kill Jay-Z?
Nah, Jay-Z is a public figure.
He got a
Epstein
song
wasn't a
called Kill
public
Jay-Z
figure.
too, by the way.
Epstein was like a socialite figure.
Nah, if you want to kill people, you just do it silently or something, right? You just either do it in a cage or you
Why?
release a virus.
There you go. Eat a bat.
I think when we look at Martin specifically,
Shout out to China.
like he was at that at that time.
Yo, but hold on. I want to cut you off.
Yo, I'm not fucking around.
I'm gonna come back
Shout out
and
to
talk to you about that because why did he say that to that Asian reporter, my nigga? Don't ask me, ask China. Shink.
Ask China.
So ask China.
Oh, you want to back her up? Next.
You gave your follow-up question to that chink bitch. Next.
He's out of control.
He is the worst person on earth. My bad. He's just the worst. Just the fucking worst.
It reminds me of a clip between. So I'll get back to that too because Martin at that time had in the South anyway had cultivated a group of Black people and influenced them to be part of a movement to make change. I don't think Jay-Z is at that status of Martin where you got Black people
No, of course not.
together
And that's
collectively.
What?
that's
No, to make change.
What?
that's my issue.
No.
What?
That's my issue.
Do you
I
see?
don't really believe that, do you?
Do you see?
I think if you compare the times, there wasn't TV and phones back then. I think if you compare the times, you absolutely have probably. I think Jay-Z is probably a more
Far more global reach.
Like from an influential perspective.
I'm talking about pushing political movements and agendas.
Yeah,
He's doing it with his celebrity status as far as money. I think it's a collective group of individuals, and he also got white counterparts in that too. And I think Martin had that too. But I'm talking about at a time, the time was different than it is now, where I don't think Jay-Z would get assassinated now, to where that happened to Martin.
But
then.
he can get social. What do you call that? When you're blocked off of Twitter and Instagram and shit like that. That can happen. That happened to Alex Jones. That's assassination by the public or whatever the fuck it is. Public eye assassination or whatever. Where
They block you from
where now you don't have a source to gain access
But
to.
I think he created an avenue.
cancel culture or
Yeah, like cancel
But
culture.
I think he created an avenue where you can't. I have my own stuff. Like he has his own businesses. He has his own companies. I don't think he could be canceled. Honestly,
Have y'all seen the Rock Nation brunch? Have y'all seen that? The pictures?
Yeah.
The most influential Black people.
That's
in
what I'm
entertainment
saying, man.
and
What I'm saying
politics
is
and everywhere across the world.
I don't think all of them are into politics like that though.
No, but I'm not saying they are. I'm saying it's entertainment.
Like some people
it's
literally
politics,
show up
it's-
to the Block Nation brunch and like, I'm happy to be here.
You can't just show up.
No, you get invited.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but people get invited to say, I'm happy to be invited to the Rock Nation brunch.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is it's a different time when you could feel, and maybe just because all the studying I've done on Martin Luther King and my organization is built on his principles. So like I just seen every video and movie that's come out about the man, and to visually see people move in units of hundreds and thousands of people, that's not happening today. You don't see it. You don't visibly see people moving together. No.
That's not happening because that's not how we
not necessary
operate
anymore.
today. The way that we operate, though,
That's
is
a lie because I've been part of protests and things like that.
But
They were momentary.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that doesn't happen. I'm saying that that's not the way of protesting today, right? And it does happen. You have cases like in Montana where people are protesting with guns or something. I'm saying I'm not minimizing Dr. Martin Luther King to a status of like a entertainer. That's not what I'm saying, right? Yeah. What I'm saying is that they, in my eyes, they hold similar status symbols when it comes to the public.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Dr. Martin Luther King was able to draw people with his words, right? And he spoke eloquently and he spoke intelligently, and to the point where it dragged you into his spell, whatever that spell was, whether right or wrong, right? Mostly for right. And you were influenced by him. Jay-Z does the same thing. Like Reem just said, you didn't make no reasonable doubt.
No.
You know what
I'm not saying as far as the celebrity status is. I'm just looking at the times where, for me, looking at it, I felt like it was more difficult. Like he was literally, like Martin Luther King was meeting with the president of the United States.
Yeah.
At that time, that's unprecedented. Like that's unheard of. This black man is getting meetings with the president of the United States, right? The government, and so that means you had two governments that wasn't even in agreement with each other. Right? You have the FBI, like, we hate this guy, we want to get rid of him. Yet our president is meeting with this guy, even to have a conversation with him, to even think about contemplating or agreeing with some of his, you know what I mean, some of the things that were going on. For me, seems a little more. I put it at a different level than what's going on today.
So let me put this thought out there. I think that it's not a greater than or less than aspect, right? I think that there is almost like a passing of the torch, because what Martin Luther King evidenced is the power of the African American community.
Mm-hmm.
And he did it in drones of people taking to the streets. And that's one thing, right? It worked for that time to see that image on camera.
Because just think about the organizing that takes.
Right. There's only one TV in the whole house.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody sits at this. There's only one time that the news comes on.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes on, there are 10,000 black people in this one video. So it was very powerful.
Mm.
But the thing that, again, when Kanye, I think, references what got Martin Luther King Jr. killed, is that he started to discuss how to influence the dollar, the U.S. currency.
Yeah.
So now that is where
bus boycott, all that stuff.
That's where a person like, where I say, like, in today's society, like with a Jay-Z or a Diddy or any one of these influential people in the world right now, they can literally drop your stock price. Rihanna, who did she do that to? Was it Twitter? Snapchat. Rihanna alone plummeted their whole stock price just with one fucking
and that
post.
Is my issue.
What's the issue?
You have all that power and influence. Yo, I'm starting to believe that these people are just gatekeepers for the capitalists.
Well, you can't use it at any time.
But they're also capitalists. Well, we are. We all are.
Can't use it every time you got an attitude or something like that. But if you violate me in a way, I'll show you the power that we have. And I think that collectively, we're figuring out ways to, like, even right now when Diddy talks on his Instagram about Joe Biden don't have the black vote right now. Until Joe Biden tells us what the black agenda is in his policy, you don't got the black vote right now. There's power in that.
But I think he was saying, hold the black vote.
Hold them accountable.
Hold the black vote hostage, right?
Yes, and because it's valuable.
No, yeah. And I think, because what people say, you got to vote for the lesser of two evils, right? Well, I got to.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know what that means. Because I don't know neither one of these guys.
But what does Diddy mean when he says? I don't understand what he means when he says hold the black vote.
He's telling black people to hold their vote hostage. Don't just arbitrarily vote Democratic until Joe Biden publicly announces.
I think
whoever the Democratic nominee is.
No. And then what if he doesn't?
So I think
then you vote for wherever you feel like it.
So I think what he was saying, because
but that's not how the way it works.
It's very broad.
Why not?
It's very broad.
Why not though?
Because you have the
because niggas
college.
just automatically vote Democratic.
Because you have the electoral college. So if you're not showing
signs,
electoral
college,
exactly.
If
you're not showing signs of progress towards a particular candidate, and you're holding a certain vote hostage, what is that ultimately doing?
I don't think in his IG posts he was able to elaborate on what he actually meant.
Why do that?
Well, because
it sparks this conversation.
A lot of people are not going to understand the electoral college.
Why send that message when a lot of people don't understand the fucking electoral college?
Because it puts pressure on Biden.
stupidity in the world.
No. It puts Biden can't
Unless you're
just,
stupid.
Biden can't just
why
keep
doesn't he tell
showing up.
people to research this shit and find out how it works, and then
I'm fine with that.
And then
I'm fine.
let's together.
I've always
vote
said that, right? I've always told people.
Why hold hostage?
I always told people. I don't
Gatekeepers.
I don't try to.
Nah, but do you see the other side of it, where the fucking Andrew Yang's in the black church?
Well, they all do that. But they all do that.
Then, we vote for him because he was at a black church and that nigga eats Popeyes. No, like
same thing you heard about the stimulus check. Oh shit, Trump gave us $1,200. Got my vote.
He didn't finish the sentence when he said hold that black vote hostage. He should have said until you do the research and understand exactly what this candidate.
But what did he say?
Going to do? He literally said, "I'm not. Biden don't have my vote until he tells us what his black agenda is."
That's Steve's point.
And what does that mean?
That means
what is a black agenda? And then do I have a right to say, well, wait a minute, should the Latino community?
That's Martin Luther. Yes, that's Martin Luther King Jr.'s fucking dream. That before a president gets elected, you need to tell me and my niggas what you are specifically going to do to better us.
But then doesn't that allow everyone else who identifies a particular certain way, especially when we have identification issues?
Wait, white people got the wall, right?
No. I'm saying.
What is wrong with that though? What is wrong with it on the flip side?
How come everybody else can ask for it except us?
How many agendas do you have?
Shit.
Should we care? We want a black agenda.
I said I want a black agenda. Shit. You told them you gonna give them a wall. You gave them a wall.
And then there's a white agenda.
There's already a white agenda.
There's been a white agenda.
There's already a white agenda.
So we just want white agenda B?
Well, I'm not mad if y'all ask for y'all Latino agenda as well.
I'm trying to understand, do we want an equal agenda? Do we want an agenda? Do we want a subset of
black agenda?
What does that mean?
I think for me, if I said black agenda, right, I would say, you know what, let's think about like the top 5 things that are impacting the black community right now.
Okay.
You know,
that's what that means.
Income, healthcare, graduation rates, what's the other one? Incarceration rates.
Yep. And I tell people stop saying equality. There'll never be equality.
I don't need equality. Equity. I just need better than what I have. Right? So if I did those top 5 things, you tell me right now, what is your political agenda to address those 5 things?
Perfect.
They make sense to me. You got my vote. Perfect. Them shits fall off. Well, let me see what Donald's doing.
That's what I'm asking, because your black agenda is different than your black agenda, and your black agenda is different than somebody in Southside Providence's black agenda. So what the fuck is the black agenda?
And so this is my thing.
And why are you why if you're Diddy? I'm sorry, I'm getting excited. But why if you're Diddy? Why would you say something so broad like that and so uneducated like that?
But we're talking about it now.
But we are. But like you said before, and like you said before, we're the fucking experts, and we're smarter than the motherfucker, right?
But I think to Alex's point, right? We put so much emphasis in the celebrity status.
Absolutely.
Right? So why would Diddy say something like that? Diddy could say whatever the fuck he wants.
He can.
Doesn't mean I have to believe anything he says.
But you know that there's people who are going to believe and listen to what he says.
Yes. Right?
You should also put value in that. Like that whole thing, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. He could say anything that he wants. The fact that he had the vote or die. He was very big on Barack getting elected. Like, so it's not like he's not like a stranger to the political atmosphere. So he's definitely making a statement that is supposed to invoke thought.
I'm sure he's also had some Trump bars in his raps once upon a time too.
Oh yeah,
Jim Jones had recently on the Capitol status.
Who didn't?
We're making a fuss over some red hats.
Well, Trump was very well liked throughout everyone.
History.
Before,
as a money guy.
Not the tenants.
Not the tenants. Not the tenants.
Well, I'm just talking about as far as rap. Trump's been in everybody's rap
very well
just because of his money.
And now, do you guys think that he's changed who he's been?
No.
So then
we got to see.
How do you hate him now, but don't hate him?
You got to see
earlier?
who he truly is.
I didn't, because he didn't say nothing to us before.
No, he
what
never
do you mean
did.
He has never said anything before. He's been sued. Yes, he's been sued plenty of times.
Again, that's in court. I don't go to court. This is
papers.
I don't see that shit.
This is pre-Twitter. This is
papers.
No, but as the president, I think Trump took him
newspapers.
being as the president of the United States. I'll say whatever the fuck I want when I want.
Which brings us right into a topic I want to discuss.
Yeah,
tax returns.
What about him?
This nigga in 2 different levels of judiciary districts it has been decided he has to turn over his tax returns. He says, nope, take it to the Supreme Court. Now the Supreme Court is ruling over it from now until July. His argument is, as president, I have ultimate immunity. I cannot be prosecuted for anything, whether I did it while I was president or before I was president, which to me, again,
is the law, right?
No, it's not.
It isn't?
No, but he's trying to make it the law.
Okay.
Right? In other
I'm
cases,
president. I'm president.
Yeah.
What's the name of the same thing? Who's your boy?
I thought you couldn't prosecute a sitting president.
Of course you can. Well,
I thought you had to wait until he was until he was out of the presidency.
You still have to turn over the evidence that Congress is asking for.
Okay.
He's saying, I don't even have to turn this shit over. All right? Don't
president.
ask me about it. I'm the fucking president, nigga.
I got shit to do.
I got shit to do.
China.
And that's another part of the argument is that turning this evidence over would create such a fiasco. Shout out China.
Shout out to China.
It would create such a fiasco that the president would be impaired in his ability to do the job of the presidency.
Yeah.
Like, again, he's just at a place where I didn't notice about him in the 90s.
Either.
Well, we wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know about it until he started coming out.
Time out.
The general public.
We heard that big to do about the biggest millionaire in the United States has gone bankrupt, and he was doing commercials and selling steaks.
I care
but
less
I knew
about
what
that.
bankruptcy was, though.
Yeah.
One business went bankrupt. The total portfolio was fine.
Yeah.
I know. I've heard that he's been going bankrupt.
This might all be very true.
But
we won't know
do we
until
care
we get to
about that?
taxes.
Did you care about that then?
I care about it
Nobody
now.
cared.
No,
Nobody
I
cared.
do.
Nobody
I
cared.
No,
care about
then
it
you
now.
didn't care about it.
Oh, I cared
Care
about
now.
it. Because how is the dude that's bankrupt so many times
Because you're covered. Because
going
you
to
didn't
be
know nothing
president
about
of the United States?
Have a show called The Apprentice.
And he's talking about you're fired. Like, he
Yeah.
does that to people's faces.
Bankrupt
dog.
doesn't mean broke, though.
Bankrupt doesn't mean broke.
It doesn't. It's what they do all the time. But what does that mean about running a country? I don't know if that's the guy that you want running. I don't. That was my
Somebody
personal
did.
view.
Somebody
did.
did.
Yeah.
Somebody's.
A lot of people.
No. You know what's crazy? A lot of my friends, I'll put it out there. Not everybody who voted for Trump was some hillbilly redneck.
No. I know that.
There were literally intelligent people that I respect to this very day who were like, you know what? Maybe it's time to have a businessman in the office. Right? I just wonder how much they still think that today, especially on the cusp or the eve of when his true business practices are going to get exposed. And then you'll find out, oh, this nigga been shamming us the whole time, dog. But he talks so gang. That's that Gemini shit, boy.
That's that New York shit, I think.
That's that New York Gemini shit.
I think that's the New York shit. Like,
boy.
you know what,
Like,
man?
what? Hey, no, you wasted your time. Told you. Nope. Next. You know what? Fuck it. Out. My guy. I don't think we'll ever see another president like this.
I'm gonna say something very controversial.
Oh, here we go.
Very controversial.
Buckle in.
Please tell me it's been a
Fuck
pleasure.
Trump, by the way.
Okay.
All day, every day. Fuck Trump. But
Why'd you get a whole song?
I just have to ask. Do you guys think that there's any validity to his stance on China? Now wait.
First of all, you say China.
Now I know that the way he says it and how he's saying things, because he's not as eloquent as Obama, right? I know that the way he says it sounds very racist, and it probably is, right? It's more likely that it's probably a racist statement. But he's obviously not talking about Chinese people, right? Like, there's nothing about the people that he doesn't know these motherfuckers. There's something, he's pointed at somebody when he says China, right? Do you think that there's any validity? He sent a tweet today that said, I've been tweeting about these China trades for fucking months. Ink doesn't fucking go dry, and then all of a sudden this shit is killing innocent lives. What the fuck? I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah. Don't think a lot of this has some trade war implications for sure.
What does that even... as a president of a fucking super empire, why would you say that? And thank you for saying that, because that, as a conspiracy theorist, goddamn, that made my dick hard. But
you listen to this Friars, huh? Friars album. Shit. Some niggas like R&B. Some niggas like conspiracy. Okay.
But like, why? Like, what does that mean?
Are you gonna get my facial expression?
I think he's 100% okay with saying or blaming China for this pandemic.
Absolutely.
I'm fine with him doing that. I don't know that you should probably say ask China when you're speaking to a Chinese American news reporter.
Fine. He's a fucking
so I don't think that was the right route politically or perception wise. But yeah, no, I mean, and the information we're gonna get out of China is gonna be vague. It's gonna be limited. I think they're stalling on that world investigation for the origination of the Wuhan disease, of the coronavirus. But part of me feels like that shit's over with. Like, I don't care where the disease originated from anymore. I don't care if it's eating a bat. I don't care if you're in a laboratory. I don't.
It's here.
What are we doing here? And what my beef with Trump right now is, how are you reopening America?
Yeah, like you can't keep blaming them for what's going on now.
China.
It's here. It's here.
Totally.
It's affecting Americans. Let's
at a rate faster than every other country in the world now.
Let's move on.
Like we hit.
Let's figure out what we're gonna do here.
So if somebody came out, we all have kids. If somebody came about and started shooting our kids and killing our kids, do we say to ourselves, okay, we don't care where that
He's
originated
deep in his
from?
Bag. You're deep in your bag. Huh?
No, I'm just asking because this is important to me because
I know you're deep in your bag right now. You're like digging in.
Yeah, so do we say it's not important where that originated from? We got to now move forward.
No, because we always go back and use history as reference.
Even more to
but
your
we
point.
don't care here.
No.
We're saying, right? We don't care where this disease came from and
not that
what do we do now to open up the country.
Your
right?
example is a single shooter.
No. A group of guys came around, started killing our kids.
This is what I'm saying is that one person started shooting people. Another person started shooting people. Another person started shooting people. All our kids are getting shot. Before I go back and say, well, who was the first shooter? My first thought is, how do we get the bullets off? How do we get the bullets out of the street? How do we get bullets out of people's hands? Like, I don't care who originated the shooting. My kids are getting killed. How do we remove the guns?
But you understand that that's impossible, right? That's like you saying, how do we remove the virus? There's no way of
removing it.
You can't. So there's no removing.
But we have to reopen.
Yeah.
How will we reopen?
So
I'm
that's
looking
my
at
question.
China.
Yeah.
China is hosing kids down before they go into school. They're taking your temperature before you walk into a Stop and Shop. There are protocols in place. They're not just saying, you know what, been a couple months, things look all right. Go on back to what y'all was doing.
No, but to use your example, China is installing metal detectors and they're looking for people that have guns now. That's what they're doing. Mm-hmm. But they're not pulling the guns out of the streets. They're not finding the bullets like you said. They're just dealing with the repercussions of kids being gone now.
But knowing that we'll never be able to stop it anymore. Kids are going to die now.
But also not knowing if they will ever be able to prevent it from happening again.
We won't.
You can't.
Exactly.
People still get the flu.
Why won't we?
People still get the flu.
People
still get the flu.
Without
Absolutely.
a vaccine.
And people die from the flu all the time.
People get common colds still.
Yep.
People still get headaches.
I'm not debating the severity of this or the flu.
I'm saying I don't think you can even go back in history and change that.
You're not going to change your son being dead in this example. In this example.
Sean. Not Sean. I'm not Dead Prez.
As soon as you said it, he saw it like, oh God.
It hits different when it's personal, man. It hits different. But it hits different when it's personal. I think we're so far removed. I think the coronavirus is so far removed, and we've begun. In the last couple of years, we've been so desensitized with so much shit. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, this virus comes around out of fucking nowhere, out of nowhere. This virus comes around, swoops, and kills pretty much all of our elderly population,
Not
right?
even close.
Right?
80,000
but most, 79% of them were older.
Yeah, but there's still more than 80,000 old niggas.
Oh, 1,000 times. 1,000 times more. 80,000. Some of the motherfuckers made it.
That's 80,000.
But still, swooped over 80,000 sick and elderly and shit.
Mm-hmm. I think,
and to your point, the flu does the exact same thing.
It's one of those things where people care about what they care about. So when we as an organization speaking of the Nonviolence Institute, go out and try to raise funds. We try to get people to feel like
Was that a plug?
gun violence.
Mhm.
Of course.
Check.
I'm sitting here. I'm on the podcast. We try to convince people that brown kids killing brown kids, black and brown kids killing black and brown kids is an important issue to our community.
More important than peanut allergy deaths.
More important than cancer sometimes,
Right.
right? But I can't tell a person that lost a loved one to cancer that has money, that donates all their money to cancer, that's not important to them.
Right.
I think there's people that's probably out there that care about the coronavirus and trying to figure out ways to how do we stop this pandemic and how do we get this state reopened or opened back up. And I think that's what we're looking for our president to do. Like, focus on it now. Then maybe we can go back.
Yeah.
Once we figure out how to stop this now.
You know what's weird?
They said that
they said that the amount of people that they project that could die is like 138,000 people.
Listen,
Right?
we was doing some street outreach
This year.
Yeah.
This year.
Again, it's the flu.
Cigarettes.
So they'll be here next year.
Cigarettes kill 350,000 people a year, and we don't do shit about cigarettes. We
care about what we
tax
care
that
about.
shit. We care about what we care about.
Because money's behind that one.
We was doing street outreach.
Money's behind that.
No, also to the point that
But it's crazy. There's no
cigarettes
but there's
are a
no more
personal
cigarette
decision.
ads. No more.
There are no more cigarettes, but cigarettes are a personal decision.
You're right.
Like, you know what I mean? You can't smoke indoors anymore.
My mother would tell you.
A mask is no longer a personal decision.
You're
Reem's onto
right.
something.
Yeah, it's not a personal decision anymore. You fuck around and go get sick,
Shout out
and
to
then you
China.
come into my house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now I'm sick. I didn't ask for this. You know,
Peep the
it's-
divisiveness. Fam, I'm in too deep. Peep how divisive we are. Peep how I don't want you around me.
I'm not even going for.
I don't want you around me.
I'm looking.
and you
I'm
know-
looking
and
at Bubs like, how many niggas did he have in his house last week? Yo.
No, Reem, you know me. It's me.
I'm waiting for one cough.
Somebody making money right now.
Of course. There's always people making money.
I'm 100% about yeah, I can't think too much about where it originated from. My biggest concern right now is remediating and reopening. And I watched that Dr. Faust Senate address. Fauci Senate address, and he put it out there, and I hate the politicizing of this whole fucking thing. It was like some states like, yeah, we want to open right now, and the political people are like, we're behind people opening right now. At the same time, them governors ain't going to the fucking store. They're sending assistants. They're scrubbing everything down before it goes into their house. They're not common folks. They're not gonna be at nobody's fucking hair salon. So in one breath, they're like, let's open it up. I'll never be out there, and simple minds are just jumping in behind that. But Fauci kept it very clear, and it makes sense. He said, I'm not saying don't open it. I'm saying make sure that your state is showing over a 14-day period a decline in positive case. Then make sure that your state has the ability to test if it spikes. Make sure your state has the ability to treat if it spikes. And then make sure your state has the ability to track.
Yeah, like you can't just recklessly open the state, right? You got to have a plan. I was
Fucking
talking to the director of public housing, and she was like, "Listen,
Because what's gonna happen?
Rhode Island's in great shape, by the way.
yeah,
What would happen if? What did he say would happen if it opened early? Why is he saying it shouldn't open?
If it opened early, right, like no holds barred, you'd see small spikes at first.
Yeah.
And then in a short amount of time, you see massive outbreaks again.
Is that
and then if
is
you're
that
in
happening in other places, like in other countries that have opened early as well?
I just read Italy?
Yeah, I think I heard it. I just heard that.
Someone just saw another. Someone just realized another spike
They're
after
spiking another-
reopening.
yeah.
But the problem
fucking
is,
Wuhan. They're about to lock it down again.
in some places,
Wuhan?
yeah, in some places, it's going to be all right. Rural areas, there'll be these small spikes, but they don't have the ability for a massive outbreak. But in places like New York, Boston, Los Angeles, where there are massive amounts of people, if another spike happens and you don't have the mask, you don't have the ventilators, you don't have the ability to track contact or contraction, then it's just going to blow up out of proportion. So to his point, I'm with opening. I'm not going outside, but I'm with reopening. But make sure you have these things in place. And I just don't understand anybody that argues with that.
And like I said, the director of public housing,
I can argue with that.
She has public housing. So basically,
Can't wait for the murder hornets to come by his fucking beehive, son. Basically, calling all murder hornets.
She's the director of she runs or oversees the projects. Chad Brown, Hartford, Manton, all over the state, all public housing.
The
over
clusters.
The state, where she's like, once the summer hits, these people are coming outside.
It's gonna happen.
And so they're already predicting that it's going to go down in the summer because of the heat and things like that. There's going to be a spike in the fall.
Yeah.
They're already predicting there's going to be a spike in the fall.
See, I want that in the black agenda.
You know how is that? I don't understand that prediction. And again, I'm not a doctor and I'm not in tune with, I didn't watch the Fauci shit and I don't watch Raimondo every day or whatever. So I'm not in tune. But I don't understand how they haven't been able to prove if people have been able to if you
got it once,
they haven't been able to sufficiently prove if you can get it again.
But also,
they haven't even been able to prove if you still got it when you get out the hospital.
They haven't been able to, they don't,
because they don't retest you.
They don't test you.
And then you got
but
people,
you only have so many tests.
But you also got asymptomatic people who don't even know they got it.
And then you have that, right? So
that never got tested.
With all of these unknown,
yeah.
I question, how do you know that there's
safe and sorry
a spike?
No, you know what?
That's going to
safe
happen.
And sorry.
But that's not a no. That's a preparation, right? That's a precaution.
Balance.
It's science.
No. There's a balance. There's a balance.
Science is not exact.
It is.
It's not. It's a practice.
It's like meteorology, right? It might rain.
No,
today.
this is better than meteorology.
No,
shit. This is infectious disease.
Jesus Christ.
Like you said before, history repeats itself, but there is a
balance. Shout out to the weathermen who listen to this podcast.
Right. Thank you.
It might rain today. It might not rain today.
It would be asinine to test every American for COVID-19. It'd be a waste of time. It'd be a waste of money. Because I test you today, it wouldn't tell me anything about what happened or what you did tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be dumb, right? And then if for all the people who tested positive, you wouldn't have a place to put them all. You know what I mean? So it's just, that's dumb. So there is a balance about it. But to your point, Dave, as far as you have these unknowns that no one has a specific answer to. However, we have historical content. And we're going back to the Black Plague. Right? We don't have to go to just, the H1N1 in 1918. We can go all the way back here that has proven an infectious disease like this will decrease in infected people the more that you distance people. However, the moment you allow people to rejoin each other and gather in large clusters again, there will be a reoccurrence of this disease.
But I don't understand that if we've already discounted the severity of the disease. Like, it has already been.
Who's discounted it?
It's the Center of Disease the
it's
CDC.
Fatal.
It's fatal depending on what type of pre-existing conditions you have.
So you're telling me about a disease that you've
COVID
known about now?
COVID alone doesn't kill people.
No,
but neither did AIDS.
COVID alone can.
But neither did AIDS.
But you're telling me about what they know about a disease
AIDS.
in the first year of its existence globally?
I'm telling you that it took, back in 1912 or 18, whenever the fuck we had the Spanish flu, right? That killed like 50 million people, right?
50
that
million
was crazy, right? So 50 million people, bang, gone, right? We had like 80,000, right? Not only, but still, right? Rest in peace to those that were affected and shit. But we had that, right? Mm-hmm. So, and then you had SARS, H1N1, and it took, what was it? I think it was like something like 4 to 5 years for people to fully understand those type of diseases, right? We have all these historical references. Well, people discount history because people think history is like, oh, that's just people wanting to know. No, history serves as a purpose for you to reference and match pieces to the puzzle. So you're saying
with technology today and what we have today.
So with all the technology that we have today, from what I'm not a scientist though. No. From what I've read, these motherfuckers is talking about, We dodged one
You're right.
this time.
Let me give a shout out to
Absolutely not.
meteorologists because technology is better today, so use that more accurate.
I don't think that anybody said. I think that Dr. Fauci said the exact opposite of that. He said the exact opposite.
I know Dr. Fauci said the exact opposite. Yeah,
opposite.
he's paid to say the exact opposite of that.
By who?
I don't know.
I don't.
I don't
You
know,
can't,
man.
you can't keep following.
All of these other
Comment down these like
all of these other diseases and infectious cases that we're talking about, like over time,
I like how comment that he gets paid.
we've developed recovery methods. We've discovered vaccines for them and things of that nature. This is, though it has existed, it's just existed as like an infectious disease. It's never been actually spread throughout the entire world. So we really don't know what this disease can or can't do. It's like the same thing with like, how do you know the effects of steroids on the body in year 1 versus in year 5? Mm-hmm. You don't know until you get to year 5. So we really don't know how many more times this thing might mutate, where it might go. Right now it's under this assumption that first it was black people can't get it. Then it was, it doesn't kill kids. It's only the elderly. And in just 3 months, all of that has been proven not true. And I ain't talking about the media. I'm talking about somebody that you know. No, I'm talking about somebody 2-3 degrees separated from you that has had somebody die from COVID that was black, young, healthy.
I know none of that.
Oh, I know a person.
I do.
Who?
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know a person.
Family members.
I know a person
that
that's had two people close to him die.
Black, young, and healthy?
Yeah. It's not just Fred the Godson.
Really?
Who again? He's
healthy?
black and young, not necessarily healthy.
I don't know what healthy means.
And then
That's what's
a precondition?
No, I'm not. No.
Black and brown suffer
I don't know
from
why
what?
I said that.
What do black and brown
Sickle
suffer
cell anemia,
from
diabetes, high blood
This is what I'm
pressure,
saying.
hypertension.
All right, I'm done.
I was with you.
I know you were. No, you've been with me this entire time. You've been with me this entire time.
Thank you, Bob. You said it.
No, Reem's been with me this entire
No,
time.
I don't know what healthy is, right? I don't know. There's people that
We don't know
That
a lot.
sugar.
I'm asking all these questions to prove that we, as a collective, although we're the smartest,
That's
and
why I
we're the
say
experts, we don't
science
know
is not
fucking
exact
shit.
because we
Absolutely.
don't.
But why do we
People are
rely so
different.
heavily on all these fucking other
People are different.
norms? These norms that are being pushed on us. If we don't know shit,
I just know we have
I do
enough
have a
time to
question.
test
No,
this.
I have a question. You said he's being paid by whom? That's one question.
He doesn't know.
I think Fauci's
Two.
being paid. He's not being paid. He's been on both
but he's
sides of the
definitely
aisle.
getting paid. I mean, he's been.
No, yeah, I
He's
agree
the
with you.
director of national
Yeah, he's
allergies and
on
infectious
TV,
disease.
dog.
Did you mean he was getting paid like somebody's say this?
There's no rich person
Like a
in the
conspiracy.
world right now that wants the economy to continue to move this slow. There's nobody on
China
Earth.
might.
China might.
For us.
Fauci works for China.
That's where we going. I didn't go there.
Shout out to China.
You sound, y'all niggas sound like Rubio. Y'all sound like
Shout out
Republicans now. No, it's Fauci works for China.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say
I didn't
any
say
of
that.
that.
You know what
I
I
didn't
do
say
though? I go with my gut. The same thing I told you about that black agenda shit. I want to hear what you are gonna do about these 5 issues that I have. What's your agenda? And
He's gonna keep your ass home.
No.
And none of those 5
when
materialize to
I
shit.
listen to Fauci speak, he
While he
never
rules
said
and shit.
anything about everybody stay at home. He said before you let them outside, your state should have these protocols in place. Now, what does it take for the government to send enough tests, enough tracking capability, enough treatment capability? I don't know. But that's all he ever said in that whole Senate address. He never said, don't open them up. He said it would be irresponsible to open them up without having these protocols in place. And for somebody to sound that logical, I fuck with it. Versus, we only got 1 case. We got this whole thing under control. Won't be a problem.
That's Trump though.
80,000
That's
dead
Trump.
later.
He's not that stupid.
Mike
he's
Pence sitting here
well,
lifting up empty boxes.
He's a well communicator.
That's who I'm gonna fuck
That's
with.
Trump and Pence. Those are idiots. He's a well communicator, so he's going to communicate it well. He's not going to tell you to stay home. Why? So that when in 5 years, when we find out that this is all bullshit, you can have a video that says that Fauci said to stay home. He doesn't want his history to go down that way. He wants to say, hey, leave it to the states, but know that it would be deadly for you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Come
lie.
on, man.
No, I like the fear, but you know what, Dave? In 5 years from now, if they have the Fauci Corona
False
vaccine,
evidence appearing real.
if they have the Fauci
Dog.
vaccine like on a box with him like Corona vaccine by Fauci, I'm gonna say you were 100% correct today.
But also,
you were 100%.
I don't want to be right, dog. I don't want to be right. I don't want to.
I don't want you to be right.
I don't ever want to be right.
but also, it all falls down to choice. Because if y'all would have went down Broad Street during this whole thing, life goes on.
What?
Broad Street? Outside of the clubs not being open?
I don't know, dog. Businesses are closed on Broad Street.
No. People
That
outside.
don't mean they stop going out there.
La Gran Parada's open?
No.
I'm about to be like, yo, I'm fucking up. I've been missing that chicharron, bro.
The businesses are not open, but
Business.
people are outside walking up and down Broad Street.
Yo, am I the only one that's still getting offended with no mask?
They're walking up and down.
No
Broad
mask?
Street. No mask.
Choncletas.
Shorts on.
Ay, Dios mío.
Why? Why are we mad? What's the death rate in Rhode Island?
I'm not mad.
It's
I'm
like,
not mad at all.
It's like a 0.03%, some shit like that.
I'm not mad at all.
But you know what? I did the math the other day. It's crazy. I did the math the other day.
And we're in between two very hot states.
We are.
Very hot.
Yeah.
The math, though, per capita, when it came to deaths, was higher in Rhode Island than it was in New York. Only because of the
smaller.
sheer mass of population.
Yeah.
But when you dig deeper into the numbers,
Yep.
that number that represents Rhode Island's death rate due to corona, like 90% of it is in nursing homes.
Yeah. LA.
Yeah. So
97.
yeah. We're in a
But that's when numbers.
we're actually one of the most prepared states to reopen.
Yeah. But that's when numbers
Yeah.
are deceiving, right? When you don't break down.
When you don't go that far.
Yeah.
And not everybody's gonna do that, and I
No.
get that they're not, and it's not politicized news, it's not news coverage worthy type shit. But for me, I'm doing it, and I'm not. I don't want to be in another fucking state, bro. You can
So
keep
I was-
New York,
I'm-
Connecticut.
It's podcast shit, though.
So I'm
Expert,
connected.
baby.
I'm so happy to be with you guys.
I'm connected
so happy to be with you guys.
I'm connected to a group called Data for Black Lives.
All right, you were telling us about the
Right.
data for Black
and
Lives.
so Rhode Island is one of the states that didn't release the data
we ain't telling you about you niggas.
No.
Black lives.
He
They
tell you
did
that
not.
shit.
They have.
There's human lives in Rhode Island.
They have not.
It's
released
one
those
plantation in this state.
data. They haven't released the data for. Well, it is. It is the plantations.
We heard it.
Providence plantations.
Still Providence Plantations.
Yo, rest in peace, Ahmaud.
Yes.
Rest in peace. That I
Yes.
thought. When I heard that story, I
What?
thought that
What?
was a very frightening.
Ahmaud.
I pictured myself, only because this is the reason why I pictured myself. A, because I've lived in all white neighborhoods, right?
I live in one.
And I've jogged in
You
all white
jog.
neighborhoods.
I jog.
And I'm a fucking fan of anybody that knows me knows I love carpentry. So if there's houses being put up, I'm probably gonna walk in there and be
Go
like,
check this
"What
out."
in the? Fucking up right there. That's not 16 inches apart."
You're
Like,
going to walk in the house no matter.
Well, it's not really a house.
It's not a-
just
it's
a
just
shell
being-
of a
it's still
house.
being constructed.
it's a skeleton.
Yeah, fine. Yeah. You
I've
can do that.
done it.
You can
There's-
do that to learn.
There's houses being.
Yeah.
I won't.
There's skeletons.
Bob only walks into houses with locked doors.
There's
No.
skeletons.
I only walk in houses that gang members live there and there's guns all around. But
I ain't got no problem with that.
If I can see, there's no walls. If I can see everything, it's just a skeleton of a house.
I'm not invited in.
You know how hard it
I
is
understand.
to
I
carry.
understand.
I'm not invited in.
But do you know how hard it is to carry
I've done
lumber
it.
by yourself?
I've done it.
I don't care. I'm not.
No,
I'm
he
not,
wasn't carrying lumber.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he went into the house. For him to steal something out of that construction site
No, Kaba's saying
in a white tee.
it doesn't matter whose property it is. If
He
they're
would've
building a house, he's walking in.
No, not. He's saying a
I'm not
construction
saying-
site. Like,
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
construction site.
Yeah, because it's being built.
Like
I
right-
get that.
Like right now, if you
I
drive,
don't just walk into random construction sites.
I get that.
Yeah.
Maybe he was
I
like,
Was you
would.
raised in
Look,
suburban areas?
I would.
Cabo has a privilege that
Does
most
he? What is
Latino men of color don't have. I don't know. It's just white people dig them. White people dig them.
Yeah, I never like.
No.
When
I've
grown
done it. I've done it,
when I've grown up in I'm not even gonna mention, but when we grew up, right next to CCRI, there was tons of burnt houses. You know how many times we went into I built a fucking, I built a clubhouse in the back because of all the burnt houses that we
Kaba's
had.
Providence.
it was the hood, though.
It's the hood. So when Clowney was getting built.
But that's what
So I
I'm
get
talking
your point,
about.
right? So Clowney was getting built.
He's just saying I'll walk into that.
But that's
shit,
what
is
I'm talking
saying.
about.
I don't care where
I
we
wouldn't
at.
do that in Barrington. Clowney, Providence, my known area where I know I'm going in there.
Let's not lose sight of the message here.
We're playing hide and go seek. We're playing all kind of games. We're going in there. We're not going in there because we're fascinated by the structure.
I understand.
The man did nothing wrong walking in there.
No, he absolutely did.
All I'm saying is, I'm 25.
Yeah.
I've known what it's like to live in a predominantly white neighborhood.
Okay.
At 25.
Yeah.
And I know what it's like to jog. And because I love construction, I also know what it's like. I know people find it weird, but I know what it's like to admire a construction site being
built. It can't be weird because it's not. There's other people out there that probably think like you.
Yeah,
I fucking love it, bro. I like literally. I do that shit, and I've been doing that shit since we were kids.
Even if you did it right, even if there wasn't people that liked that, it doesn't require that you get shot and killed. That was what. So when I put myself in his shoes, I was like, yo, that's fucking. All these things are terrifying. Worst case scenario, case scenario, call the cops on me.
Did you guys see the video?
No. I'm not even talking about what should have happened. I'm talking about
the likelihood of this could have been
just being him. Not even me. It was just like,
oh shit,
how easy it was. My thought was like how easy it is for a normal day. Right? Like I've been fucked up with this corona shit. If you guys haven't noticed, right? Like I've been fucked up with this whole corona shit.
We noticed.
So like it was like bang, right? Like we were here podcasting one day and it was like, holy shit, Kobe died. And then it was like, holy shit, some other shit is going on. It was like, yo, we hearing about China. And then bang, we all had to fucking stay home, right? Same shit with this dude. He's just jogging. There's a guy behind him recording, which is weird. Like, what the fuck is he doing there? And then all of a sudden, there's these two dudes that are in a pickup truck. One is standing up behind the pickup truck. Like, what the fuck is that?
Shotguns.
Now he's getting out of the truck. Oh, I can easily see myself in that situation.
Like vicariously.
And being like, I just passed a car that looked kind of crazy. There's two. I don't know how many are in that car. I saw one. There's two people. I'm a lose this. And it's a shotgun?
That was my biggest issue with it.
I'm losing this.
Who is paid to serve and protect?
2 months.
The police, right?
2 months. He
Before
died
it even came out.
Before it even came
so
out.
I'll tell you, this visibility shit matters now. You can't just get killed like that now. This would not even be a story.
Yes, I agree with you.
25 years ago, it's not even a story.
I think this happens every day.
Right.
I think it's been happening through history every day.
I don't know if it happens every day anymore without being exposed. But clearly you can see there was some
there's still
comfort
racist,
in this
there's still racist towns and stuff like that.
100%. I agree with what you're saying, but I think about the police officers in the world who are, what is it, a standard issue Glock 19. Police officers don't ride around with fucking shotguns. Mm-hmm. What would make you think as a citizen that you could make a citizen's arrest with a gun more powerful and more deadly?
Some people take the right to bear arms very serious.
But that's the law in Georgia.
What? No, there is no law in Georgia that says I can.
No, there is. There is a law that says
not specifically, but there is a law that says I can perform a citizen's arrest if I suspect.
That's fine.
You are a criminal. So I suspected that this
young
man running was a criminal.
Oh,
he was in these houses.
I don't think it's just Georgia. I think the citizen's arrest can happen in a lot of the states.
I think that happened in Georgia. I just know
what part of the law says that
Georgia.
as a part of my citizen's arrest,
shoot somebody.
I can now fatally shoot you to death.
No.
The part where the father works with the district attorney
20 years in. Again, all of this shit is, and I commend his lawyer, his family's lawyer, because he's no longer with us. God rest his soul. But in bringing this shit to the light, throwing it on the air, allowing us to see that this still is really prevalent in our time right now.
I don't think he did that. I don't think he did that to allow us to see that.
Look,
he did that as a defense to his.
No, I get it, but
he's an idiot.
Who? No, I think
the lawyer.
No, I think the lawyer put it out.
No, he put it out.
The lawyer of the guy who shot him.
In defense of the guy that shot him. Like, hey, look,
That wasn't
There was
Ahmaud's lawyers.
He's a fucking idiot, bro. Fuck the lawyer.
I thought it was the brother.
No.
Lawyer's a fucking idiot.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, fucking
It's
piece
fantastic.
of shit.
We need that one. Look at how our citizens of Georgia protect.
That's why I say it happens every day, because if it wasn't for that lawyer making that stupid motherfucking mistake of releasing that video, we would have never known about the shit.
2 months.
2 months. But
A New York Times reporter went to that neighborhood. I think he was like, Alex's complexion? Get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, you know what
They didn't
can't
even know he was
happen?
a reporter.
You know what can't happen? It can't stop at these 3 assailants. It has to then go to the district attorney that initially handled this case. It has to go to the detectives that initially handled it and allowed them to provide
It's almost what
statements.
happened with the Central Park 5, right? Like once that movie came out,
Right. We got to look at everybody now.
Shorty that I can't remember her name, but she put all those books, right? She was the prosecutor
I'm
on
going to call her
that.
Carol Baskins.
Yeah, basically. Right? All her social media shut down.
Yeah.
All book sales down. She went into hiding, right? Like it gotta be.
No, these things gotta go to jail.
No. But I'm saying that
The DA,
yeah.
the prosecutor, whoever allowed them
That's
to go 2 months
negligence.
without, they were home. Hey, we gave them a report.
Quarantine, though.
Like, hey, we did our civic duty. It's incredible to me. It's terrifying.
It's
to
sick.
know that there is a world that we live in that can really look like a horror film. Like that to me looks like The Purge. That's
And I mean,
It's one of those things, right? Like
Doesn't look it was the first time. they did that.
don't wait till
no. It looks methodical. Hey, Bob,
Hey,
you go ahead and get the
yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
Tim, get on the back of the truck here, wave, and if he doesn't, then you jump out. I'll stop, and then
and I think
Yeah.
I think that's what people. I think that leads to Alex's one of his original questions
One of my
was
many good points.
what has changed, right? And so it will make people, especially if you talk to his
One of my many good points.
questions.
it was a question.
Fuck that
In this, so you have many good points.
You don't make
in
points.
this particular
Yeah.
ever.
comment hater.
With that family, like, how do you tell that family things have changed?
Not until everybody goes to jail.
Right? That's what has to happen.
I need Matthew
also,
McConaughey
I think
time
sometimes-
to kill moment in court.
Even in court cases, use historical reference.
That's exactly where I'm going. That's why I'm holding my applause until I see them convicted. We've seen this before. Mike Brown. We've seen this before. Trayvon Martin. I'm glad that they're arrested.
The closest thing we can talk to is Trayvon Martin. Mike Brown was a police officer.
Yeah.
Which is worse.
No.
Don't. We're talking
I'm
about
not-
dead person.
I'm
Talking about a dead
not
person.
going to say it's better or worse, right? They're both
Okay.
tragic. That part is fine. But there is
Shout out to the Brown
a
family.
level of-
Those are my peoples.
expertise and expectation that comes in that shooting of Mike Brown, though he was unarmed. Whatever. You can make an argument on the cop's behalf of fear for my life. No, I'm not saying
Reem.
I would. I'm not saying that
Reem.
I would. He wasn't a little man. He was a bigger man. He was unarmed. I'm armed. I've been pushing my whole life. I'm just so happen to be a cop. I was scared. That part is fine. I'm not saying that it's an argument I would make. I'm saying that.
Do you know that the same guy who shot Ahmaud said the same thing, that he was in self-defense?
But this is where it all goes left. How were you in self-defense if you were tracking him? There's video of you following him.
Same how George Zimmerman got off.
So he did the stand your ground shit.
Mhm.
And I think that they've learned since the Zimmerman shit.
You want to believe
they have been-
Zimmerman was Florida, though, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
that-
This is a different state.
This is
though.
a different thing, but there have been several instances where they
Fam.
tried to use the stand your ground
Florida
shit.
corrupt
The
as
ones
well.
that shot, it was in Florida. The guy tried to shoot up the car with the kids in it playing the music too loud. He tried to use stand your ground. He's in jail for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He's in jail for the rest of his life. The video is undeniable. He has on a white t-shirt. Like, who the fuck robs, steals, burglarizes in a white t-shirt in broad daylight? And then the video is you three following him. the only reason why a gun got fired is because y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much. So honestly, and I have a son, I shouldn't say this shit. I'll be ready to riot if they don't go to jail.
Yes.
I'll be ready to riot.
And that's where things have to change.
That'll do it for me.
Because
and that's the same thing that happened with Mike Brown, right? It was like, riot.
Yeah, but nothing changes after that. This is my point. Nothing changed.
This is. I don't want to compare those two because one has to do with
things do change.
Police.
It's just not justified, right? To some people, that's not justice, right? So I
don't feel like that cop was hunting Mike Brown.
There was a black chief. There's a black chief. Well, last time I was down there this summer, there's a black chief. And most of the police force in Ferguson right now is predominantly black or people of color.
But beforehand, it wasn't, right?
It wasn't.
It was like 14% or something.
And that was the only murder in Ferguson at the time. And it was due to a cop.
The president of the United States was once black, and he fucked more shit up than people give him light for. So what is that? That's not saying anything to me.
No. I'm not saying that's because I deal with the Brown family personally.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care there's a black chief.
My son's gone.
Right. Good fuck.
My son's gone. Okay. All I'm saying is I don't compare the two. Yeah. Zimmerman, I compare more to this situation.
You're just talking about situational.
Yeah. This is a cop responding to the scene. This is not a cop hunting. This is fucking hunting, bro. Like, that's the only thing I got from this video. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, God damn, you can do as best a job you can with your fucking son. And then he just lace up his shoes, say, Dad, I'm going for a jog. And
I think hunting is honorable, though. At least you like lay down with after you kill the animal, you're like, damn, praise the animal. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is gonna be good meat for me and my family. Hunting is you're quiet. You got a little, you know what I'm saying? You got a little call. You're doing it in a respectful. Hunting was respectful.
Yeah, this is.
You know what I'm saying? They call it a sport.
Well,
this was fucking
vegans
murder.
will crucify you right now.
This is murder.
This is murder, man.
Vegans call that murder too.
And I'm actually
fuck a vegan. I eat meat, dog.
For whatever it's worth, and I know it's not worth much.
Cobb said, "Put a dinosaur in the grill, nigga."
I'm glad that for that brief moment in time that he took the time to defend himself.
Yes,
and he took the time to be like, "Yo, this shit ain't right. Fuck you doing pulling up on me for?" Like,
you have.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? Like, and
gotta give yourself a chance to win, dog.
Do you really believe, based on that video, that there was ever gonna be a turning him in? That's the part that he didn't look like a suspect. He wasn't carrying anything. They talked to the people that are in the report as far as what was stolen. The shit that was stolen was from a fishing boat that was 2 miles away. Like, it's...
The neighborhood there's speculation that the neighborhood was in on it.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like...
this was a murder, man. This was premeditated murder.
Yeah, everybody.
When you follow somebody in your mind... Yeah, it's premeditated. Like, there's no way you got a shotgun. Like, there's no way you're thinking...
You can't tell me that if I'm black in that same situation, if I'm Ahmaud in that situation, a fucking pickup truck rides by me and somebody just shoots a shotgun in the fucking air. How fast do you think I'm booking it out of there? Gone. Boom. Boom.
That's all you needed to do for me.
It.
All bets off. Pew!
Gone. Immediate left hand turn. Boom. I'm
not saying my bad, nothing.
I'm in downtown Atlanta.
Gone.
Like 5 minutes. Out of here. The fact that we pulling over, we making wasn't making no citizens arrest. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace, man. That was hard.
That's why I can't do another 4 years of Trump, though.
And one more thing before we get out, because we're about to be at 90.
Why we bouncing at 90, yo?
Oh, we don't have.
We still ain't even talk about the sticky with the blicky, yo.
We can get that. I don't. All right, whatever.
Back up on the city, yo.
The only thing that I was gonna add to that.
Should we give him
King
any
of
more?
New City, yo.
Because people talked about this, right? And I'm not gonna say his name, but people talked about this when he came home, that this was all gonna be marketing for him, and it is. That's why I'm gonna leave it.
And with I have something for that. And
the only thing that I was gonna say was obviously, aside from rest in peace.
Rest in peace for sure.
If
Ahmaud Arbery.
Only the son and the father get arrested and convicted, and nobody else gets convicted,
that's a fail.
All those who tweeted LeBron James all y'all who don't do anything else after that, fuck y'all. Because that tweeting doesn't do anything with your power and your influence. That is my only thing.
So you're going to put it on the celebs right now to step in. But you know what the best thing I saw happen? Black female prosecutor.
Rock Nation wrote a letter.
To who?
I didn't
see. I haven't been on social media, so I don't
love it. Black
they wrote a letter
female.
that they demand that somebody get this prosecution in this case.
Black female prosecutor. Looks young, beautiful, strong. Looks intelligent. I cannot wait. Because I think about that movie, A Time to Kill. If you've ever seen it, you know, Matthew McConaughey's final scene when he's talking and he's just like, now, imagine she was white. And I just see that in a total reverse happening here with this black, fierce, beautiful, intelligent woman, lawyer. And they throw the fucking book at him.
7 Seconds. Was it 7 Seconds? No, what was it? It was a Netflix movie. It was a series, actually.
No, I know what you're talking about. I think it is.
The 7 Seconds, right?
Yeah. I never watched it, but
Black
in New Jersey?
Yep.
It
was about the cops.
Yep.
Yeah, I am. I want
if you haven't seen that, watch that.
Everybody's name that is on an original document from this shooting goes to jail or loses their job. That's it. There's no other option. Whatever district attorney said, not even triable. We don't even bring it to court. No longer
Done.
District attorney. Done. Out of here. Public defendant. I'm assuming they had lawyers. The detectives that took the statements. Done. That's the
chief. Done.
Everybody got to go. And then I'll be happy. If they walk out of here, I got to fly to Georgia with riot gear on.
More than that. Guns.
Oh, there's people down there with guns right now. I think I've seen somebody on Twitter.
I'm good down there, dog. Don't even worry about that.
Listen, my man Mike Brown Sr. was walking around in Ferguson with two of his boys armed, double strapped, walking around the community.
It's just sad, man. It's just, and you know what? The four of us, I look at the four of us, and we have that ability to just get along with any race, creed, gender, mentality. It just doesn't matter. As long as you're in a positive and a righteous nature, who gives a fuck, right? Come have a drink with us. And to know that there are people in the world that are still built on that.
Like, nah.
Half a century ago shit.
Hang with these guys? Nah.
Only thing that good for basketball and foosball. Like,
but that makes us like that, doesn't it? We want a black agenda, goddammit. That makes us separatists as well.
No. There's nothing wrong with segregation.
I'm not saying
there's anything wrong with separation.
I'm not saying don't have a white agenda.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong.
Black love is not white hate.
All I'm saying is
black love is not white hate.
It's not. But it can be, right?
No.
You know what? You know what I would want?
I don't hate you.
I'm not saying you, but it can be. There are black people that hate white people.
But that's the same thing with every religion.
No, I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, bub. I'm just saying that it's there.
But it's how you interpret things, bro. Like, every Bible can be used for good. Yep. Or it can be used for jihad. Correct. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same thing here. You know what I mean?
It's all on what you want, right? It's all on how you want.
So my black agenda, it doesn't say leave the white man starving. It just says make sure I got my plate.
All I was saying is that it causes, not you, it causes that level of separation at the end of the day, right? Because even if something doesn't happen to our liking, and by our, I mean black and brown culture, right? If something doesn't happen to our liking that
I
perceives
feel like
this,
we're doing it here. We have a black agenda on this side of the table.
Reem, you want to do an extra side? You want to do an extra side?
It's ready, dog. No.
They over there doing bachata.
There will be a response to a black agenda. 100%. I agree with you on that. Like, if say whoever, whether it's Trump or Biden, that comes out and says, I have this specific agenda for black people, there will be a race that is not black that will feel like, why do you give a fuck about them when all you should be caring about is me. And it will increase the divide. I just believe that that population of people is smaller or growing smaller than the population of people that know we probably should have had a black agenda a long time ago.
You know what Nah, let's go.
He said, you know what? I think I should put all you niggas back on the boat.
No, I was gonna say, for a great part of my life, if you know me, for a great part of my life, I've always been the militant dude. I've always been
Dead Prez, nigga.
Dead Prez, 100%. And that
Che
has
Guevara. I didn't even know who he was before.
that has never been. That has never left me. But what has changed is my understanding of that, and my understanding of that is that was driven by a lot of emotion, and it was driven by a lot of emotion and a lot of historical pain, right? A lot of historical referenced pain. Che Guevara doing whatever he did, right or wrong, because Che Guevara was not an angel by any fucking means. But all of these, you know, all of these instances, the Malcolm X's, all of these historical reference, all of that drove me into a mentality that was mostly driven by emotion, and then the little shimmer of facts that come trickling down from those emotions, right? Then you get older and you're like, holy shit, even with some factual shit, there's still a bunch of shit that's out in the open that you just don't know that may have led up to that factual. It could have been bullshit that led up to this factual shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even, like the Crips were a community. Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like gangs. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these shit
started out with the right intent.
Some things start off with the wrong intent and then end up right? So it's just all of these things, and then you grow up and you're like, fuck, then what really matters is your interpretation of things, right? What really matters is what matters to you, right? And I think I said this to you guys last week. Like, the only thing that matters, the only real thing that matters,
it's almost like
is what matters to you.
With the guy we wanted to talk about today, right? Street code.
Suck my dick, bubs.
Like street code is
it's so dead.
Has changed, right? It matters.
Jay said it. Y'all
today,
killed X. Y'all let Zimmerman live. The streets are dead.
Yeah, street code applies to people however they want it to apply to them.
That's not true.
How they perceive.
Street code applies to middle white America, however they want to perceive it.
I'm talking about to the people that are dying over it.
He didn't die. Real niggas is not respecting this. Real niggas is not respecting. I love the fact
Define
that
a real nigga.
All four of us. And when I say niggas,
some people won't say we're real niggas.
You say that right now
because some people think real niggas is a street thing.
Nah, that's not true. That's not true.
My point
to understand the philosophy.
No, what I'm saying is you're proving my point, right? Street code, certain things. To Kaba's point, is perception.
I don't have to be in the streets to be a real nigga.
I had a kid tell me that I never did prison time, so I'm not a real nigga.
That's fine, stupid.
That's my point. That's my point.
That's fine, stupid.
That's my point. And I'm fine with not being a real nigga.
You know what? I'm not a real dumb nigga. That's why I didn't do jail time, stupid.
But what I'm saying is some people think they define it by your street activity. They define it by your prison time, right? They define it by stripes are defined by in the streets, your body count, right?
Nobody got more stripes than I. I'm Tony the fucking Tiger over here. Legit, my whole body is a stripe.
But then they'll say you didn't kill nobody.
What's wrong with the situation?
What's wrong with the situation? Mm-hmm. The fact that he's not Henry Hill from Goodfellas, Ray Liotta's character in North Dakota, eating spaghetti with spaghetti sauce made out of ketchup. That's my problem. I have no problem with him ratting on the niggas that he's like, I don't fuck with no more. That's fine. I get it. You're going to do 50. These niggas is fucking who?
I have a problem with the quote unquote real niggas.
But for you to come back out after really engaging in it, these are the same niggas that you called up to go fuck somebody's baby mom, to go threaten somebody else's mother. Now you're surprised that they did it to you? And then you come back out and more people are attracted to you? That's the weird shit to me.
why? What's wrong? What's wrong with that situation?
I guess nothing for me.
I don't care.
I didn't buy the first album, so
I don't care.
It does set a bad precedent.
So the only part I look at,
I think that there's something wrong.
Let's go get somebody killed one day.
Only part I look at, right, is if I'm real, if I'm a quote unquote real street nigga.
See, that's different from a real nigga. Real street nigga and a real nigga is two different things.
These guys were in the streets. These guys is gang, right? You know what I'm saying?
And he alleged to be.
We ain't fucking with you. But capitalistic mindset, this little nigga got money. He want rap. We got a record label.
First of all, he's not a nigga. He's like white and Mexican.
Well, yeah.
So he's like a vato at most.
Right? He want. But
is he part of the Latino agenda?
No,
not mine.
Mexicans in LA don't fuck with him.
In rap culture, everybody's a nigga.
Right.
Yep. So this little nigga want rap.
Yep.
He got money. We got a record label.
Yep.
He want to pay us. We'll take him. But if I'm them and this is a record label and this is a business deal, he's not involved in any of our illegal activity. You just the artist.
Illegal.
Activity.
But that's where the artist now starts to blend art with reality.
No.
He's rapping about shit he don't do.
Artists do that all the time.
He's rapping about the shit that they do.
No, but they also.
But then he started living it. Remember his cloud chasing, showing up in Chicago at 1 o'clock in the morning.
And what did they do? Followed right behind him.
No, because they got to keep the money coming in.
No. This is not what you gonna do. Or we remove you.
Do you believe he embraced this shit?
Who?
Tekashi.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But as a label and as real street niggas, I don't
want to get myself killed.
He embraced it, right?
No, he embraced it.
So once you embrace illegal activity, then all gloves are off.
No, I get that. I'm not talking about him.
Okay.
I'm talking about me.
Oh, all right.
If I'm in the streets like that, you are my money. I need to keep you safe. You can rap about whatever you want because you're around us, right? Rappers do that all the time. Rap about shit they don't do, but they rapping about other. But no, he's engaged in all of their illegal affairs. So now he knows shit about you.
But
and
he
your
did
business.
that.
You're not listening to me, Reem. Say take Tekashi out of the situation. We're already doing what we do.
Yep.
Illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Got a record label. We take on this artist. Now he's now engaged in our illegal affairs. That means he has information on us.
Mm-hmm.
He flipped. I'm saying is,
he doesn't have a rap career until he gets engaged with the illegal activity.
What I'm saying is, you don't need to be engaged in illegal activity to rap about it. People do it all the time.
He's not known for rap. He's not a rapper. His raps suck, bro. He is known for the clout. The clout was pull up to your block, 100 drama, stick whole gang with me, gang, and then the gang in the background, like, yo, we really do this shit. Like, we'll kill
right?
your mom. But in order for him to get the notoriety that he got, he had to have these niggas doing illegal shit.
You're proving my like. What I'm saying,
you would have separated.
Separate it.
You would.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
you separate that. You have control over that. You're the label.
But if you separate it, he's not Tekashi 6ix9ine. He's just some half white Mexican dude
and then
that
I'd
don't
be
make
free
money
right now.
But you wouldn't have millions of dollars in that hell of a
You don't
ride
have
for 3
millions
years.
of dollars.
You had it.
What was the illegal activity? Do we know what the illegal activity was?
This nigga ordered a hit on somebody.
So
robberies.
There was murders.
Robberies.
Racketeering, bro.
Racketeering.
Mob shit.
So this is against other mobs or is this against innocent people?
Doesn't matter. Go to jail.
So all of these
Do
other
not
people
pass go. Straight to jail.
These other people went to jail too?
No. Everybody else is in jail except him.
Except him.
So is that what is so are we saying free those other people that also are part of
No.
I'm never one of those guys.
Okay.
Never.
Yo, the rest of them got 20.
The
Tekashi
argument that
got
people
2.
are having, which I don't care to have, right? Call him what you want. I don't give a fuck. Fuck him. But people are like, he's a snitch. And then there's some people that are saying, well, the gang took on a kid that wasn't involved in the streets. And then so there's like counter arguments that he involved himself.
So this is perfect, right? Because and I'll end it here, I promise. This is exactly my argument with finding the source of the virus. Because what we have here is a case of people lashing out on a fucking kid with fucking rainbow hair. Why the fuck do we care about this fucking kid that called himself 69 with a rainbow hair that ratted on a bunch of illegal shit? What we should care about is that there's a system out there that allows a fucking kid with fucking rainbow hair to do this fucking fuck shit.
Agreed.
Oh no!
Why isn't anybody talking about the system
I'm looking
that
at the
still
big-
has
I like
people
that
locked
bigger
up that and has this clown literally
I like
clown
You
roaming the streets,
yeah. What?
It's
shooting videos in his fucking backyard?
But I think that's
Did
probably
you see the ass on that chick twerking?
No,
that's,
I didn't.
that's probably my bigger issue with it is that the machine continues now. He literally defied one of the most very basic
But this is-
street
We'll,
codes.
we'll see. No,
for all
we'll see if
street
that
codes.
continues. Because I think that was just somebody. People were just like,
So- so
let me see what's going on.
This is what I say to guys in the street all the time.
Don't do crime by yourself.
Not even that.
I do
Snitching-
my dirt by my mind alone.
Speak about there by my loan.
Snitches, rats, whatever you want to call them, have been a part of the game since it started.
Yes.
They've
But
been
we're
there.
celebrating them now.
It
That's
doesn't
the
even
difference.
matter.
It's been in our
Reem.
movies.
It
That's
doesn't
my
matter,
problem.
Reem.
These guys
We're
are in the
celebrating
movies.
them now.
It doesn't
dog.
matter. The action has already taken place. It doesn't matter if we
You knew it was
celebrate
gonna
them or
happen,
not,
yeah.
right? And so,
Cool when you had hella weed
Like-
to smoke.
and so they are part of those individuals are part of the keeping the machine going and getting people locked up, right? But if you know that this is happening, and I get there's other reasons. I get there's other reasons why people sell drugs, right? And people dive into crime, but do your dirt all by your lonely, right? But don't involve people that you know. Like if somebody came, like say if we're doing stick ups, and all of a sudden this random guy or a guy we know that was in the neighborhood is like, yo, I want to get down with your crew. No.
But I got this song about stick ups. That shit's gonna slap if you guys come with me for a stick up.
Nope.
Then it happens and that song slaps. He gets 10 million views.
Nope.
And then now he's the stick up kid artist and he's going platinum. And now we're getting paid because we do stick ups. This nigga's never gonna flip on us. And then,
Yes, he
we
is.
get indicted for doing stick ups. Oh, they pulled us in. Oh shit, I gotta fire everybody.
Slow money
He
is-
fires everybody. Oh, you firing us. If you fire us, that means we don't get no more money from you. Now we're gonna stick up your mother. You're gonna stick up my mother? I'm ratting on everybody.
Slow money is better than no money.
Yo, if you
So I'd rather the slow money than try to get this quick dollar.
you know what? I'll add to that. Slow money is better than no money. But if you into this fast money, just get ready to lose your ass money. You know what I mean?
Bars.
That's all I'm saying.
Bars.
Don't
Bars.
give up nothing else. Just be ready to. I would have respected it more if the nigga took 20 years on a chin, spent all of his money getting revenge on the dudes that were trying to fuck his baby mom and murder his mom. I would have respected that more than I'm snitching on the criminals that I befriended as criminals, used for their criminal activity that they turned on me, and I snitched on them. They're in jail for forever, and I got a new song out. 2 million people log in.
Fucking for a second. Let me ask a question. Should we be more upset that the music that we grew up to, that we love, has been teaching us to kill each other, black and brown?
Now you're bugging. I didn't learn that from my music.
You didn't
No.
hear it in your music?
I heard it in it, but I didn't learn it from it.
Because you ain't
But-
killing nobody.
But should we be upset that this is the music that gets promoted by black and brown people?
Nah, I'm also. I listen to Alanis Morissette. I listen to fucking rock music. I
Right,
listen
and
to,
they don't talk about the same shit that we talk about.
yeah, but they
They-
talk about other shit.
They didn't grow up.
They talk about slitting wrists.
They didn't grow up in low poverty neighborhoods with shit like that.
Yeah, they
goes down.
did. White poverty
And-
is worse than.
Well, it's
Oh,
different. It's
Ghettos,
different. Yeah, it's
ghettos
different.
is not a
Yeah,
black
yeah.
thing. Ghettos is a
Yeah,
white
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
what you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm not talking. I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the fucking Rage Against the Machines. And
Right.
I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about fucking Katy Perry. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
Oh,
a
yeah,
difference
nah,
between Katy
Yeah.
Perry and Mobb Deep. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
absolutely.
that.
I think the music when it comes out talking about killing is almost to the same extent Diddy saying hold the black vote hostage without any details or
So glad you
elaborating.
guys are back.
right? Like so I think when people talk about raps It's almost like when I went to go see Boys in the Hood when it came out. I was young. My mother was kind of upset that my aunt took the movie, took me and my cousin to the movie without any conversation after. Right? Context matters.
You gonna come back as Doughboy?
Yeah. Context matters. And so I'm sitting there. I'm what 12, 13? I think it came out 92, 93.
You was like 22, 23. I got you, bro.
And I'm like, yo, that fucking movie was dope.
You were like, how old?
12 or 13. It came out like 92 or 93.
Who did you want to be in that movie? Did you want to be Doughboy? Did
No,
you want to be
you know
Ricky,
who
or did you want to be Trey?
I automatically related to Trey.
Me too.
Because of, even though he didn't have 2-parent household, he had 2 parents in his life. I had a 2-parent household. I had a bunch of Doughboys around me, in Doughboy's crew around me. So I already mad at, but I also was still fascinated by the guns, right? Like, damn, I got niggas like that around me. Like,
That happens.
you know what I'm saying? And so context matters. And so when I'm thinking about Fade to Black, when I can't think of the artist that was in Jay-Z's office, and he was like, yo, I want to rap about other shit, but like, this is what the people want to hear. They want to hear the guns, the murder.
Isn't that a problem?
I'm not saying it's not a problem.
I don't think it's a problem.
No. So context matters, right? And so if we're talking about rapping about guns and stuff like that, I think when, depending on the mindset of the individual listening to it, that matters, right? It's like, if I'm listening to that, do I still believe that this rapper still lives that life?
And a lot of people probably do.
No, some people do.
Simpler minds do. This is why the TK69s exist, because the most basic form of rap and rage is what he delivers. Like, but
No, I'm not even talking about. I'm talking about when we grew up.
You know what the most murderous song is that is in my song category? Stained. Ugly. Outside you're ugly. Inside you're me. It's a alternative rock song, right?
Yep, I know who it is.
This shit makes me think about suicide more than I've ever thought about suicide in my whole life. Like, it connects to me in a way where I'm like, Jesus Christ, thank God I'm having a good day. Right? The same way I could listen to fucking anything at Who Shot Ya will not connect to me emotionally like that. Like, I'll just listen to the raps for the art of it, the craft of it, the ad libs, this, that, and the third. So that negative energy, or that, I'm not gonna say negative, but that,
we're experts, right? And we're not gonna get pulled into.
I have to assume there are more of us out there.
Yeah.
We have friends that have been very heavily influenced by rap music.
That's my question.
That never
forget
ever
about,
lived anywhere near that life. Yeah.
Forget about us. Think about outside of us.
I want to say for the people that I knew and grew up around who were in the streets, I don't think rap influenced their activity.
Right.
Pup, you went to Jay-Z over Nas because you were around guys who.
But I don't think those
Nick
guys.
is the biggest Wu-Tang fan of all 4 of us right here. Nick Fedowich, Chicago.
I don't know, Miguel. We got Miggs.
No, the Mig's not here right now. I'm talking about the 4 right here. Nick, literally, white boy Nick, right? White boy Nick lives in Chicago now. I'm from Staten Island. I meet him. He's my math tutor in college. He is from Seekonk, Massachusetts. I'm like, yo, you're going to do an internship in New York. Why don't you stay at my house in Staten Island? We're at fucking Perkins in Staten Island. And we go sit down. And he's like, that's the jizza. I'm like, yeah. Raekwon. I'm like, yeah. They're ordering breakfast, so just leave them the fuck alone.
It's too early in the morning.
Nothing about hearing balls put on a table smashed by a bat full of nails changed his trajectory for being white boy Nick.
And so what I'm saying is the guys that I were around were they were living that life pre Jay-Z's music coming out.
Right. Jay-Z just accented it.
So Jay-Z made me connect to his music because of what he was rapping about was guys I was around. And so I don't think the music, because the guys I were around were older, they come from the Rakim, Daddy Kane, that era.
Check one, check
I don't think
two.
it's us. I don't think it's us that we're affected by our music.
But I need more of us in the world.
Yeah, and by us, I don't mean us here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think largely I hate the word culture nowadays, but I don't think largely our culture is affected by rap music because we've either been through it, know somebody that has been through it, or have a 1-2 degree away from somebody that has been through it. I think that comes into light when you have
middle white America.
When you have their interpretation of what may be going on in these brown black communities because of his outside looking in. It's very easy for Trump to look at China as a whole right now and be like, all of you motherfuckers, fuck all of you motherfuckers, right? So it's very easy for somebody to listen to the music.
Niggas whereas is just like this, all them black people.
And I think we appreciated the poetic.
Because the music infiltrated those communities.
Yeah. Right? I think when we heard like survival of the fittest, we understood what that meant.
Listen,
you know
what I'm going back to Molly.
That didn't mean
I
didn't want to rock anybody in the face and stab their brain with their nose bone.
But I understood what that meant, though.
But I know what it feels like to want to do it.
The anger, right? But I'll go back to in Broken Glass everywhere. People pissing on like
that's visually poetic.
Yeah,
because you have the pond, you have the puddles.
Yeah.
The red top, the blue top.
You walk through a project hallway and be like, God damn.
Piss everywhere.
100 degrees in the elevator.
Like, fuck.
Yo, y'all don't even have elevators out here.
Nah.
And the elevators are as big to fit 2.5 people.
But they go like 4 floors.
I want y'all to imagine the same shit.
Nah.
Bronx, 108 degrees outside, 300 degrees inside the fucking elevator. That shit goes up 12 flights.
The window is the size of this motherfucker right here.
It's hot as fuck, boy.
All right, so let me ask it a different way. Not a different way. Let me ask another question,
shit.
and then we get out of here. I know you got to get out of here.
Go ahead and moderate.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. All right, honorable mentions. We out.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Shout out to my guy Will Levington. He got his new brand out called Demand Access. He's doing basketball workouts.
Stop the fucking violence for
my condolences to them. Shit. Yeah, I got two as well. My first one is actually I want to say it the right way. My first one is the new.
That was the longest phone passcode I've ever seen in my life. Yo, common shit is 14 digits, bro. I've never seen that before. He used 2 thumbs.
It's conspiracy theorist. You gotta make sure.
I gotta protect my dad.
Yeah.
Run the jewels.
He thought you saw it. Now he's gonna change it.
Immediately. He saw all 12 characters. I gotta change that shit. Run the Jewels, Ooh La La, featuring Greg Nice and DJ Premier.
Oh yes.
They're coming out with the Run the Jewels project number 4. I think that's phenomenal.
And the video is dope.
The video is crazy. So that's my number 1. My second one is like a twofer, only because. So I'll just say, it's this app called Libby, Libby.
Sounds familiar.
Libby connects. If you have a library card, you can connect your library card to Libby. And if a book is available for audio, you now have a free audiobook. So shout out to Libby. And
if your book is what?
If a book that you're searching for is available for...
Nigga, that is the most... that is the greatest gift you ever given this podcast.
Absolutely.
Yo,
Libby
So
will give you an audiobook
for free.
Time out. So Libby... Let me explain it right, because there's a lot to this. Libby is not audiobooks. You have to pay for audiobooks. What Libby does is it connects you to your library source. So I have a library card with the Cranston Library.
Oh, okay.
So you have to have a library card.
So I have one to Barrington Library.
I think you can open a library card through Libby as well. I think, because I think it gave me that option. But I already have a library card. So if you have a library card, then this is the process that I follow. I punched in my library card number, and immediately I had access to the Cranston Library and all the books that they have in audio. And as long as they treat it just like a library book. So if you took out an audiobook, I have to wait the 14 days until you return it for me to get that audiobook.
I love it. Libby. I got to charge my phone.
So, Libby and the podcast, the book that I'm listening to on Libby, Iceberg Slim Pimp. I'm on chapter 8. It is fucking me up.
Iceberg Slim.
And it's
I don't even know why you still talk about this Corona shit, baby.
This Corona shit very interesting. Very interesting. Pimp.
So you heard some game now. You heard some game now. You understand how it works.
I understand how it works.
From the Rudy to the Tootie.
Shout out to China.
Shout out China.
Shout out to China.
China.
I'm gonna do the Unibomber and his own words. I'm
sorry. I'm gonna need you to go back.
The Unibomber and his own words.
Is your honorable mention?
It's my honorable mention.
It's a show.
Documentary.
I thought it was the Unibomber's words.
No,
your honorable
in
mention.
His own words. It's a Netflix show, a documentary about him and his own words. I didn't know anything about this dude except that he was delivering bombs. That motherfucker started very early delivering bombs, like in the 70s. I didn't know any of this. And why he's doing it, aside from him killing people, I see his vision.
I'm not comfortable with that.
I'm not killing anybody.
I'm gonna be the only one comfortable with that.
The Hasenberger guy or whatever his last name.
He was
white, middle-aged.
He was anti-technology.
I know you got.
Anti-technology, anti-establishment.
Yeah, his vision was strong.
Anti-America, progression, anti-Reem. Do I have to worry about checking my mail?
No.
Let's know if my mail is good.
I'm not killing anybody. I'm not killing anybody. I love people. I'm not killing nobody. Well,
but it's worth the look.
yeah, it's definitely.
So glad to have y'all back.
Yes.
So happy to be back.
Yes.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I cleaned the table. I was like, oh my god, the guys are coming over. I gotta clean the table. Oh my god, I gotta get all the ice ready. I gotta get cups. Oh, I can't wait. I haven't seen them in so long. What are they gonna even look like? They don't look the same when they're on video. They look totally different now. Like, oh my god. Al had a haircut recently. Dave forgot the clippers. Bub had a birthday party. I like the little chin. You got the little Paul Pierce thing. It's a little patchy. Don't worry, it'll grow in. Love that. Love that.
Yo, love to have you guys back, man. This is
2
dope.
hours.
This is dope.
Damn, 2
So-
hours.
Yeah, it needed to be.
We can do this again next week. But y'all will continue to practice your social
Absolutely.
distancing.
My birthday's
right?
over.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to know.
Right.
My birthday's over.
My life is not really. You see my hair. You see my shit's not changing right
Carver,
now.
bring
right?
the Clippers.
Keep
next
taking.
time.
Yeah, I'll have to bring the Clippers.
I don't even know.
Keep taking your vitamins, man.
No, bring the
Taking your
Clippers.
vitamins.
Bring the Clippers.
I'm about to get my shit
Keep taking
braided.
that. I don't need y'all skin juice on my Clippers.
Yo,
and stuff.
You don't clean them? You
know
never
my shit
clean
is,
them?
dog?
Always clean them.
Okay.
That's It's for real, man.
I don't
like write that shit.
I got a funny hairline, but
Yo, you're not the only one, Al.
Cobbin,
Al, I'm out here, bro.
I was really close to actually taking some clippers and
Number one
and go bald.
Nah, don't do it, bro.
I've been bald before.
You don't know if it's gonna come back this time. You 40 now.
No, but I'm done.
40 now, my nigga. You did that shit at the. Remember, you should sprain your ankle at 22.
Yo, Bob, you gotta
play
go.
the next
Cobbin,
day.
take us out.
You're right.
Like, comment, follow, share. We out. Peace.
He just wanted to play that.
I actually really enjoyed that thing in the background
no,
during
what I'm saying
honorable mention.
I voluntarily had a ball